Let me make it to where it's me. I checked every screen, but hello. Hello. We are professional D&D. This is professional D&D. Welcome everybody to the live stream. We're happy to have you here. If you are new, we have a giveaway that goes on every stream, brought to you by StormCrow Manor. You can find more information by doing !giveaway in the chat. My dogs also say hi. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, it's free. If you want to become a member, you get some awesome emotes over there, and we're working on more behind the scenes things. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do so at !discord.com. And just so you know, we have 2 players off on vacation. One will be back next week. The other will be back the week after that. So some lovely art is up on the screen when we go over there, and that's why that is. Let's go say hi to the people. Hello, people. Sorry, I'm very
Hello.
today.
Hello.
We're live.
Hi.
All right. Jess, do you want to catch us up on what they might have missed last week? As I mute, so my dogs
Sure.
will catch us up. They'll do the whole thing. Don't worry, they got it. No, please don't leave this to Copper.
The dogs will do the recap today. It will just be in dog language. Okay, so last week, a whole bunch of stuff happened. Harrison, our bunny friend, was the first to fall. That's right. His small little body gave out, perhaps from the astral rot, perhaps, because of his rapid metabolism. And so he fell down, presumably dead, and a giant hawk carried him away. So already our party has had its first big hawk casualty. The party spent one night in a broken down cabin just outside of Whitesend, escorted there by Loretta. They didn't love the place. It was kind of damp, wasn't super great real estate. So they headed out of town on their way east towards the Sea of Fallen Stars. And after having some strange dreams. And they stopped at a small inn on the edge of a forest, which is called the Loose Goose. And they met another bard. So we now have a 2-bard party. It's a 2-bardy. It's fun.
2-bardy.
2-bardy. It's the bardy party. Neither of them are spoony. It's okay. They met Kerzzan, who is a drow bard who had some very interestingly similar experiences with a strange space inside of a tower. There were also a lot of fireflies around the Loose Goose, and Castien decided to chase one out the window and into the forest. As they ran out, the innkeeper, Dora, tossed Vrithelion a little bottle of bug spray, which he promptly applied to everybody, and the fireflies turned out to be part of a horrifying firefly tree hybrid creature that was actually quite susceptible to the bug spray because Castien hugged it. Because she made friends with one of the fireflies and decided to hug the big creature, which killed it, which traumatized her for life.
Make friends.
This is why Castien doesn't make friends, because she'll always kill them evenly.
But she won't stop trying.
But she won't stop trying.
Kill them or to make them.
Why can't it be both? So they came back triumphant and sad in equal measure. And Bulwark started to feel a little bit poorly. And then eventually, after a couple of minutes, just went into what looked like shutdown mode. Dora said she knew how to fix him, so she kind of took him off into her place where apparently she fixes robots as well as serving double beers. And Damian... then it was bedtime, everyone went to take showers, but Damian was pulled into a very mysterious conversation with a man called Jaylor, who he seemed to know pretty well. And Jaylor entreated him to come with him, at which point Damian scrawled a note to everybody saying, I have to go see a man about a boat. and stuck it to the wall with a dagger. And now it's now. Anybody have anything to add? Any favorite moments?
I just want to say, and now is now might be my mantra from here on out.
That's the new catchphrase for when things start. And now is now.
Now it's now. The perfect tautology. So yes, so we had our fun, exciting episode last week. Also, Castien accidentally cast Inflict Wounds on Damian's hand.
Damian and I believe Bulwark too,
and
right?
Also Bulwark,
just beating the hell out of my friends here.
Accidentally. It was not intentional. You never mean to kill or hurt people. It just happens.
Fires just happen when I'm around. Death just happens when I'm around. Sometimes you can't control that.
True. Brook's gonna
of the
stay. Time.
Brook's character's backing away from Castien.
I should go.
They're gonna pull, what is it from Ice Age where Sloth gets left behind. Castien's gonna go to bed. Everybody else, all right, so we're leaving now, right?
Leaving.
Yeah. Found out the only way to actually live was just not to be around Castien. So
there you go. Poor Castien. You know, I feel really bad for her, and also she kills people. So hey, so. Now it's now, and y'all, I think, have figured out the shower, because, oddly, this is a weird medieval inn that also has a shower. I think the shower is like a bucket that you have to fill with water, and then just, like, there's a little hole and it drains freely. It's not very great water pressure, but it does the job, mostly. So you're all a little bit cleaner than you were, and you're all pretty tired from the day's adventure. And you have one big room with a whole bunch of beds. And now it is now.
And we found Damian's note.
I believe so.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Dora probably would have like brought the note to you and said, Would you look at what he left you? What does this even mean? A man about a boat. We're nowhere near the ocean. What is happening here?
Thank you, Dora.
Oh, he's convinced that he owns it.
Well, he doesn't own the boat. Well, maybe that's why he's got to go see the man about it. Maybe he's got to buy the boat.
That's a good point. Well, it seems that we are. Damian has gone, and Bulwark is out of commission. So, all right, everyone. It's just seems to be us for the night.
Dora, if we could have some privacy, that would be very good for us right now.
Absolutely. Don't let me bother you. I'm just gonna go and work on your friend there, okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. She exits the room. You're now alone.
Close the door and lock it.
All right.
Oh, what a couple of few days, huh? Right? Oh, wow.
We should all talk.
If I may, I know I've just kind of joined this merry band of misfits. However, I am concerned upon joining that one of your members has seemingly disappeared, boat or no boat, and we have another who's just decided to sleep for a while. Is this a normal occurrence with you fellows?
The people type like the sleeps, but they come right back. Just they look dead. They're not. They get real mad when you bury them.
What Castien means to say is it's the first time for both, I believe.
Wait, hold on. Castien, have you buried somebody before?
All the way?
That begs even more questions.
That didn't answer anything.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Kurtzon, I can see how this is probably very disconcerting to you. It is to us as well.
Yes, I come from the Underdark, where things try to kill you all the time, but if there's one thing that worries me more, it's inconsistency. And then he looks at Castien, just,
No, it's
but
Castien,
you know what?
not inconsistency. But I see how they're close. They both have C's in it.
I look at Kurtzon and go, actually, Castien is consistently inconsistent.
Ah.
Yeah. And also, I should mention, we've only known each other for a few days as well. This kind of all happened fairly quickly, so you really
Oh,
didn't miss much.
right. I kind of assumed you all either like lost some sort of lottery or were, related to like the same kind of baron or something. But no, this was just happenstance, fate, you would say?
Well, and if you could consider the tower to be fate, then yes, because the tower not only brought all of us together, but it's actually given us a connection to you as well.
Indeed.
Do you
So, sorry, go ahead.
do you have anything else that you can share about the tower that you haven't mentioned yet?
I've been trying to remember for eons, but I unfortunately, one of the side effects of being less than dead but more than undead is the memory tends to be a bit sand-like, very shifty, sometimes solid, sometimes not as attainable as you'd like, which is why a lot of my songs have more of an improvisational feel sometimes. Can be, as long as the magic works. But what about you? Can you tell me more about what happened to you? Do you your memories are much fresher than mine?
Let us start at the beginning and see what we can glean from each other's answers.
Kurtzon, depending on whether you are being truthful or not, I'd like you to roll persuasion or deception.
Okay. Do I need to tell you which it is, or just what I rolled?
You can just tell me. You can tell me privately which it is, and you can tell everybody what you rolled.
Hold on. I rolled. And I rolled an 11.
Okay, I think that everybody is, they're willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, I think, but there's still some questions from them.
Well, Kurtzon, we all kind of met at the edge of a city and kind of were sent to the tower for by a barkeep, just sent to get more information. I was making my way there from Candlekeep, actually, and we got there and we broke in because there was a large lock, and we thought, well, we better go in to get more information and just kind of find a little bit out, and walked in, and there was just a large plain of like a grassy field, and that's kind of most of what happened. I mean, everything else we kind of filled you in on. Am I forgetting anything, Castien or Vrithelion?
Hawk.
That's
Big
right.
Hawk has organized all of this. Big Hawk is after all of us and is the mastermind behind every single thing that happened. Has something bad happened to you? I bet you there was a big hawk nearby. It's just the one, but it's everywhere all at once.
Kurtzon's starting to get used to how Castien rolls, and so he actually has an honest recollection upon himself. Big hawk. Let's see. Steel dragon, no. Dark mantle, no. Giant bird lich, but not a big hawk. But maybe that might come back to me. Granny, you mentioned a barkeep at Candlekeep? What was his name?
Oh, sorry. No, the barkeep was where we just were, but I was on my...
The town of Whitesend, Granny.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot. The town of Whitesend. But I had come to Whitesend from Candlekeep before, as I was kind of... I'm looking for more answers for myself, and I was guided there. There's some more information about kind of what has happened to me and has kind of found me in my undead state. And it was led to White's End, where all of this happened and connected me to all of you.
Could you describe the barkeep to me, please? And Kurtzon looks very, very intrigued now.
Yes. I am.
Short shorts. Had
did
being
give-
the key word.
She did give Castien some short shorts.
Bequeathed them onto me. I was honored with such a gift. But she was also kind of an asshole. So, you know, like, you get what you pay for, and they were free.
Yeah, I do always try and give people the benefit of the doubt. But you know, and I am going to. Oh, sorry, Castien, you can
No,
go.
you'd understand, Kurtzon. She wouldn't let us stab a guy. So, like, you can see how that's kind of an asshole thing to do. Go ahead, Granny.
I'm going to give as an exact a description as I can of Loretta. And I'm saying that Daniel doesn't fully remember the description, but I give
that's okay.
much of a description that I can from Granny's old memory.
In that case, why don't you roll? There's no roll information. Why don't?
History?
History check?
Yeah, maybe a history check. Why don't we do a history check from like 2 days ago?
I will help. Fill in gaps for Granny when she forgets things to give you advantage.
Thank you.
That sounds good. Yeah, just to because like we need to know if Kurtzon would have also encountered this person.
That will be an 18 history check.
Okay. Yeah, you describe her pretty exact. She's, short, sort of cute in her 30s, short, very curly black hair. The strange accent that's oddly enjoyable until it gets annoying.
I love that description. Okay. Oh, well,
Kurtz-
so
Kurtzon-
Kurtzon kind of drinks in the description. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I also have a question, and it hasn't been mentioned, and it's been gnawing. Where were you when you saw the tower? Did you see it in White's End?
Well, that's why I'm asking, because from what you've described, though my memory is not as great as it can be, though I do have quite a fair picture of this person. And they were the same person that directed me to the tower. But centuries ago. They may have gone by a different name, but it seems I could be wrong, but it seems exactly like the same person. I mean, short shorts and a rude demeanor, it's kind of hard to forget. It's not a common combination amongst barkeeps. But that being said, I mean, yeah, I'm a bit speechless.
This person directed you to the tower. Same as us. Interesting.
I mean, if they are a person, for them to live this long, I question what they actually were.
Perhaps.
Perhaps it was an illusion or a changeling or...
Big Hawk.
Oh, sorry, Castien, you had, yes, or Big Hawk in short shorts. Definitely a valid offering.
Well, this does beg the question, though, Kurtzon. You are also seemingly long-lived. What exactly did you mean? Dead, but yet not dead.
Well, I may have brushed upon in the previous episode, but
I cranked on my insight.
memory, and essentially, at least from my recollection, I unfortunately brushed certain political figures the wrong way, And with the power that they have, which is usually magical, they tend to kind of provide me curses a lot. Some people get bad fan mail. Some people get, defacing of their mansions. I get curses. And in this case, the curse that was bestowed upon me promised me undeath upon my first death until I have 100, was it 1,000 bad shows? And so, from my understanding, at least, that was the difference between me and my companions. Once we all expired, I somehow managed to come back in a sort of half undeath state. The clerics are quite confused, to be honest, because when they, cast Turn Undead, I kind of don't run away. I kind of just feel an urge to go toilet outside of the building.
Oh.
Ah. Okay.
Mm,
Interesting.
healing
IBS.
works. I mean, all all of the I mean, that could. I mean, who
Sorry.
knows? I don't. Yeah, it's quite a conundrum. I've consulted wizards, soothsayers, hermits, and no one can quite figure out how. They just think one curse somehow overrode the other, the newer curse, or perhaps magic versus spores. Your guess is as good as mine. If anyone with a higher intelligence than myself has any inkling, I'm open to all suggestions. Yes, Castien, Big Hawk is already in my brain.
Granny, may I
I saw her
see...
folding her hands and
Yeah.
Kurtzon
Well,
was
it's the
just like,
highest of intelligence
Yes.
here. No.
Granny, may I see the book?
Oh, yes. Here you are.
First of all, before I do anything with this book, I would like to insight into what Kurtzon has been saying. Am I getting a feeling that there's any sort of duplicitousness, holding back, anything of that nature? And
Please roll me.
I shall.
Thank you.
I can't roll any higher. 20. I've rolled a nat 20, so
Yeah.
23.
Wow! But for first nat 20 of today, hooray! Amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's being totally honest. He's not trying to. So with the nat 20, not only is he not you can tell, not only is he not trying to be deceptive, he's telling you everything he possibly can. He really wants to help. Like he sees you all as like potential allies in figuring out what the heck is actually going on.
Perfect.
And like what the heck is actually happening to him and to all of you. So he's not a double agent. He's not trying to be duplicitous. He's being honest with you.
It's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Kurtzon notices your like discerning glare because you're kind of staring into his.
It's the
Kinda
raised
half-soul.
eyebrow.
Yeah, it's the one eyebrow. And it's like I
Yeah.
understand. I understand your hesitancy. You don't get a lot of half undead drow floating about in the overworld, but I can assure you, I will never lie to my bandmates. Agents, sure. Venue owners, sure. Goblin, peddlers. That's part and parcel, but never my companions.
Very good.
You can trust me, unless you have food around, and I'm very hungry.
Fair.
Very good. This book, of the group, only Castien and I have been able to read certain passages.
What's so funny? Is it
Cat-
are
I
you gonna eat
can't
the
with
book?
Rachel.
Very proper.
Like three times
Before-
in 5 minutes.
Before I show it to you, I'll open to the passage that Castien and I were able to read. Can I still read it?
Yes.
All right. I show it to Castien. Castien, can you still read it?
Yes. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You can both still. The book has not changed.
Yes.
All right. And so now I turn it to Kurtzon. Can you read this? And I point to the sonnet, the passage.
Okay.
I tend not to. I'm not a. Oh, sorry. Are you to asking
Let me
if I can
actually.
read?
Yes.
Well, I'm actually going to.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna tell you if you can read it.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Yeah, give me just a second to find out if you can read it.
Does the book have more pictures? I'd actually prefer more pictures.
Yeah, right.
I can't read things that are ugly. I need
I see.
pictures,
Oh, all
fancy
right.
dresses.
Ooh, that's a very
Thanks.
bard thing
No,
to
no,
say.
that was a joke. You tell me.
Can you tell me?
You tell me what I can do.
No, you can't read shit. Sorry, you can't read it at all.
Oh, no.
It's all just
Unless
squiggly
it's
lines to
written
you.
on it, and I can. Ooh.
So no, he cannot.
Nope.
All right.
You
No,
cannot.
no.
Yeah, interesting. Very good. This
Hmm.
this book contained a sonnet which we believe contains an answer, or at least a direction to go to help cure this astral rot that we have been afflicted with. What I'm curious about is that you said you left someone behind in the tower, but the ones who left with you, were they afflicted with this malady as well?
Indeed, they were. To our dismay, it was our understanding that leaving someone behind was the bargain to save ourselves. However, upon leaving, it appeared we had an extra amongst our number that immediately attacked us. And once we had dispatched the creature, as you have described, it released some sporous mist kind of. It just happened so fast. Next thing we know, we just constantly felt off, not entirely ourselves. And as we continued to journey on, hoping to live our lives, everything, we started to fall, drop off one by one. I was the last because I take care of myself. But ultimately, it just, it took us all. And I still don't know what's happened to my sister.
I look over at Castien. Castien, I believe that your distrust of Loretta was very well placed.
It turns out when you won't let me stab somebody and then you accuse me of stabbing a painting. Yeah, but I got the short shorts out of the deal, so thank you for acknowledging I'm right all of the time, Vrithelion.
I will
absolutely abuse that.
Yeah,
Where's
that
my
being said,
Castien is
I-
pussy Castien button?
I would be wary that you were given a gift from this person.
Can I
What if it-
investigate the short shorts?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm thinking the short
Exactly.
shorts might not be all they're cracked up to be.
Maybe not.
Well, I mean, they're very short, so you can absolutely investigate the short shorts.
Guidance. You get an extra D4.
Thank you. I have a -1 on this. Extra D4. Okay, so 14 plus. Hold on. Plus 1. That's a whole 15 right there. Thank you, Granny.
Nice. So the short shorts are largely as they seem. They're not going to kill you or anything, but what Loretta didn't tell you is that the more you wear them, the more likely you are to get a magical wedgie that will reduce your movement speed per turn by 10 feet per turn in combat.
I'm so glad I've not
So-
put these on. Okay. Thank you.
Ah.
Magical
That's-
wedgie. Got it.
A magical wedgie.
Oh.
The more you wear them, the more likely it is to happen.
Okay.
But they do still have that +1 to charisma. It's just, with the wedgie also.
It's like real life short shorts, quite honestly.
Precisely.
Okay.
They are exactly what they're cracked up to be. They're exactly what short shorts actually are.
I just love the image of just like a full suit of armor on top of just the shortest cutoffs,
Yeah.
running into battle.
with like trying to get the wedgie out as you're like running.
Just a terrible image. Just the worst proportions. No silhouette at all.
I'm I'm sorry, I'm like 5 years old. Anyway.
So, Kurtzon, the fact that you are not afflicted anymore, I'm wondering if it has anything to do with this curse that has been bestowed upon you. Perhaps it is keeping it at bay.
Possibly. We may need to seek further assistance to examine my semi-corpse, because there may still be traces of it that could help. But as far as I'm aware, I no longer contain any of the symptoms. But I am still committed to finding out what has caused this. Can provide all of us some peace. And
we have a ticking, as you know, we have a ticking clock above us, and I motion over to the note and where Bulwark was.
Oh,
Three. One companion definitely has been laid low.
No, he went up.
and then brought high by the clock.
Yes. Bulwark, we do not understand necessarily the ins and outs of his construction or function. Hopefully Dora will have answers. And then Damian, I do not believe what he has written is necessarily... He can be a bit duplicitous.
yeah.
I thought there was only one of him.
There is, actually.
Oh. Okay.
Sometimes-
Castien confused.
I just go. I look at Castien and go, Castien, as always, you are very astute.
I don't have a suit, but I'll get one.
A short suit.
Yeah. So
Kurtzon glances over at because wait, no, Bulwark isn't in here. He's been moved to another.
No.
Dora
he's
took her to
yeah.
work on him. Yeah.
Dora
Okay.
took him to work on in her little workshop, I guess, where she works on constructs all day.
Okay. Well,
can go try to
Kurtzon
find
was
him.
just wondering, does he, him with the, having a furnace for a face, does he need to be, constantly fueled? Do we need to chop some wood, or will he be okay?
Well, he enjoys to ingest wood, but I'm not 100% sure if he needs it to keep going. Does that make sense? It is unclear. He's new. It's a new.
We have not traveled with him long enough to understand his inner workings.
It'd be a shame if one of us were to expire again before we travel the whole extra mile. Just curious.
Yes.
Well, yes, but we unfortunately we do not know how much time we have left. How long was it before your companions fell from when you left the tower?
I'd say a few. Oddly enough, some of them fell quite quickly, whereas the remaining three of us, it took maybe a year or a few years. Time
This
is rather
perfect.
fluid.
There's only 3 of us, excluding the half-dead corpse. We're gonna survive.
I don't think that's an exact science.
That's math. That's just math. 1, 2, 3. Prove me wrong.
Well, I'm already dead, so we'll go with what you feel.
Yeah.
But yet, Granny, aren't you of the same? I don't want to say affliction because I don't believe your existence is an affliction.
Well,
but-
thank you. I appreciate that.
Is there similarities here between the two of you?
That is a great question, Jess. I was going to actually ask if anything that Kurtzon was saying reminded me of anything that I've experienced in my kind of dead, kind of undead state.
That's a really good question. I would like you to please roll me an insight check.
Oh. That is going to be a 14.
Okay. There are definitely elements that seem familiar. It's not exactly the same, because you do have astral rot. Like Granny has.
Yep.
Granny is afflicted with this. So in whatever undead state you are in, you're alive enough. Unlike Kurtzon, you're alive enough to be afflicted with this. But there are other elements that do remind you of what you're experiencing, including the element of having people you loved be just gone and disappeared, and you don't exactly know why. or how or where they could have possibly gone to.
Yeah.
So this kind of twilight existence, both emotionally because you're missing your sisters, and physically in that you are sort of in that liminal space between life and death, just in a different way than Kurtzon is. Those do seem familiar to you.
Well, Vrithelion, it's similar but different. I am definitely. I don't know. I don't know much about my state and where I am, and I've kind of been stuck like this for a while. But the way I kind of imagine it is like, kind of like an hourglass, and my sand just is dripping much slower, I guess. I'm still alive, but there is something not so alive about me. What I mean, how I became like this, my sisters and I were basically on the run. Somebody wanted us for our magic, and I, in a last-ditch moment of trying to stop them from doing what they were doing and ending our magical bloodline and fully destroying me and my family, I wish that I was okay and that the bloodline could carry on and that my sisters were okay, and then I was teleported far away from where I was, and I've been like this ever since. So I'm definitely afflicted with the astral rot, but what Kurtzon, what you have described is awful, and I'm sorry that you've had to go through that, but it does seem that like I am on a similar ticking clock with the astral rot.
I'm so sorry to hear that. That must have been horrible for you.
Oh, it's okay. I appreciate it. I've had many years to work through my grief, and now I'm just determined to find answers, and I will find them.
That is so good of you, because I have not let go of any of it. I'm full of revenge and spite, and so maybe we'll equal each other out. Hmm?
Yeah, I think so. And also, my sisters are always with us because I have their ashes in my staff.
And this Kurtzon just goes, oh, did not expect that.
I
I
didn't
just
even
left
consider
mine.
ashes as half the buried. That counts as half buried, right? I need to up my body count. Hold on.
Oh, no. I screw my staff back.
I love how Granny is just so awkward and cute and awkward and just like, here's my sister's ashes. I love it so much.
But
I
yes.
don't know why, but I felt such a... Granny, I feel such a deep sadness that exudes from you. I feel that pain. And I know what it is to put a brave face on for those around you. But just know you don't always have to.
And you look so young for your age with all of everything going on. My gosh, you're glowing.
Oh, thank you,
No product
dearie.
required. Yeah, the bug spray has done nothing to your complexion. Meanwhile, I have to oil and scrub, but you, mwah,
I can't
radiant.
even tell you're made of sand.
It's a secret, you know. I really try very hard for people not to know that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
You're made of sand. He's got sand for brains. Vrithelion and I are the only ones not part sand.
It's why we can read the book, Castien.
That's it!
But Vrithelion, I appreciate it. You know, I've been traveling alone for a long time, so it's been nice to have everybody around for the past few days.
You are alone no longer, Granny.
Thank you.
You have us. Kurtzon, as you have heard, we have just, my companions and we have also just met. I know I cannot condone your revenge, but I understand it. You would travel with us to solve this mystery, you may still have answers that you yourself do not even know that could help. If it is okay, and I look at Granny and Castien, if you feel that Kurtzon would be of help.
I'm always down for a revenge spree.
Yes.
I don't think you got the kernel
Now-
of what I was saying.
Now we're on the same page.
Oh,
Revenge team,
no.
revenge team, revenge team.
I just, I
Let's
placed
be
my
a pair of
hand.
short shorts as well. We're on the same
Yes!
team.
Revenge short buddies, let's go.
I just
Well.
pat Vrithelion on the shoulder.
Yes. Perhaps I
Who's
should have
going
kept.
on me?
Perhaps I should have kept the other rock.
The tote was in the Castien rock.
Yes, you're more than welcome to join us, Kurtzon. It would be great to have somebody else to help figure out what is fully going on with us, and also figure out and hopefully find that tower one again. Whew.
Yes, and also
What's funny now is
I.
that... Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think you're the... Vrithelion, you're the only one of all of you who sleeps, I think.
Yes, I am, and I do enjoy my sleep.
All right. So anyway, please go ahead.
This begs. Now that we have discussed this, begs the question: do we go back to White Sen, fleece Loretta for answers?
I'm going to be fully honest, and I would say no. Because if I were Loretta, and I was popping around and bringing people into this tower, why would I stay there after some people have been afflicted? They're going to come back. If we have a way to move forward, like you had said, I would rather move there than retracing our steps, personally.
I have an interesting feeling that the tower may not even be there.
At the same time, do we have any other leads at the moment? Whereas at least there's a common thread here, and I know she'll remember me. I played a particularly good show that night before she directed me to the tower. She said I was the best thing since Baldur's Gate Mead. So that's a pretty
Wow.
big... Okay? Or it may have just been so I would go to the tower, now that I think of it. That, however, I don't think she anticipates any of her assignees to come back alive, or at least knowing what had happened. So, also, I wouldn't mind levitating her by her toes while we interrogate her and fling feathers and other unpleasant things at her to get some answers. But that is just me. I'm one vote. I'm new, so that's
I
my
like your plan, and I
new
would like
copper.
to back up the plan. However, I don't think we have to throw feathers on her, as she is Big Hawk. I think we just have to poke, and the feathers will show up.
Wait,
Of
you
course,
think
of
you
course.
think Loretta is Big Hawk?
Have you seen them in the same room together?
No, but I haven't seen you in the same room together. Oh wait, no, I have. Okay, you're clean. As I just nod at Castien.
All right. That would be my 2 cents of we do kind of have Vrithelion, you said that you kind of knew of a place that we could move towards.
We have the sonnet, which I believe it leads us in a direction towards the cure. I still believe answers lie to the east, though the east is quite a large direction, but it does seem to mention the Sea of Fallen Stars. Have you been there, Kurtzon, in any of your travels?
Oh, I can't swim, so I generally tend to avoid. I do own a boat, but it's more just for show and bragging rights. I don't actually go on the water.
Impressive. We know one person who owns a boat.
I mean, I will for you. I will. I'm sure I can go through it. You know, I am an actor, of course, so I can play the part.
Well, Castien, Granny. We should rest. We should rest or do what we do. And we should talk to Dora in the morning and see if she has any answers about Bulwark.
All right.
I will keep Damian's note.
That sounds good. And I'll walk back and forth and check on Bulwark throughout the night as well. Kurtzon, I think I don't sleep, so I will be moving. I will keep myself busy tonight, as I do every night.
Kurtzon, I have a proposition for you.
Ooh,
Let's go outside and play
what?
Chuck It. We just chuck things at each other, and you try to dodge them. And if you don't, then the person who threw it gets a point.
Okay, that does sound fun. I'm not saying no, but we did just fight a kind of a deadly swarm of would-be's, did we not? Could we play in somewhere a more of a safer location, where I can keep my full attention on you and what's being flung at me?
Yeah, let's go to the bar.
Okay. Where's that? I mean, I can't be more dead. Let's go. No hugs, though. No hugs.
All right, I'm gonna go downstairs to prepare to play Chuck It.
Or it's one floor, so we go just.
Oh yeah, it's one floor.
It's one floor.
Yeah, y'all are in a bungalow.
Oh,
There are no stairs in this house. This is not a stairs house. All right, Vrithelion, you're gonna go to sleep?
Oh, I am.
Okay.
I need my 8 hours.
I get it, V. Okay, so Castien and Kerzzan, are you gonna go hurl things at each other, or are you gonna go?
Preferably the glasses.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be your decision. And you'll see what happens with that.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. Let's go.
Okay. Granny, what are you doing?
I think I'm just going to, I will stay in the room with Vrithelion for a bit and just kind of read my book, and then I will move back and forth between there and Bulwark, just checking on him throughout the night. That's just my plan, is to kind of read and journal throughout the night, and obviously make sure that Castien and Kurtzon aren't too hurt by anything thrown at them, but other than that, I will cheer them on when I see them and just check on everyone throughout the night.
I hope that this
Perfect.
barkeep sleeps very well.
Yeah, well, she's actually out in a little outbuilding that's her workshop with Bulwark, and you can see kind of like a little fire in a little window in the door, but otherwise it's like a she shed. It's her little workshop. She likes to go and tinker, and so she's tinkering with Bulwark right now, and she's in there, and there's some pretty loud clanging that's coming from there, so she probably won't hear you if you start hurling glasses at each other for now.
Okay, perfect.
But glass does do piercing damage, so be aware.
If it breaks.
Yeah, and if it hits you too.
Then it's just
Don't worry, it's bludgeoning until the piercing.
There you go. That's right.
Good point. Okay, yeah.
D&D physics correct.
Yeah.
This is a good point. Okay, fair. All right, so okay, we've got Sleep in V, we've got Granny who's reading her little book, and we've got our two Hellions who would like to injure each other with flying glassware at a bar owned by a lady who's working on your friend.
Shows
so
her
have at it.
Supervised as she saves our friend's life.
Yeah, silly her. What is she thinking? All right, so you are in the main bar area. You can see sort of out the window the outbuilding. You can hear kind of the clanging even from in the bar. She's not hearing anything. So it's the bar as I described it. There's the bar itself. Glass is sort of behind the bar. Various bottles of substances, some of which are labeled, some of which are not.
This is terrible.
And
Kurtzon, why did you let us do this?
Kurtzon just takes off of his performance attires just so he just his kind of normal tunic. It's like I don't want to risk. I only have one of these.
Yeah, you don't want to oil stain anything or
Start pushing tables out of the way and stuff.
All right, so you're doing this inside. You're you're gonna like have like
We're
a
at the
floor of
main
broken glass
bar.
inside the bar. Okay, all right.
We have shoes. Don't we?
I guess
I have
believe
my
so.
backup pair of shoes and the one shoe that
You
wasn't
do have
taken
that
away
one
from,
shoe.
from Big Hawk.
Okay. All right, so you've got some glassware, you've got some bottles, some of which are determinate, some are indeterminate. You've got some tables that are now pushed out of the way. Have at it. Go. Who's? You know what? Well, I'm gonna make you roll initiative.
Oh my
For
god,
Chuck It.
yes!
I'm gonna make you all roll initiative for Chuck It.
I
So
got a 4.
please. Nice. What'd you get, Kurtzon?
15.
Kurtzon chucks it first.
Okay.
All right.
What are you
just
gonna
grab
check?
Just grab like a wooden goblet from from just one of the nearby tables,
Mhm.
And then just throw it. Is that what, improvised weapon or?
Yeah, it's an improvised weapon. It also, sorry, I'm rolling for this stuff too. It also is half full of beer, and then a little bit of leftover, like whatever the equivalent of a cigarette butt would be, like a little bit of paper and a little bit of pipe weed or whatever.
Just like, yeah, an
It's
old
kind of just this
Ian Doobie.
disgusting.
To
Yeah,
dodge it,
all right.
do I roll acrobatics? What do I do to dodge?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna maybe like have you roll to attack and then
Yeah.
and then whether it hits your AC.
Oh!
But we could do acrobatics if you want to try an acrobatics check. We could do that too.
I really
Okay.
do
Depends
because
how
I got
you
a
defend
19,
yourself.
so that's a 21.
Okay.
So for this one, Kurtzon isn't gonna like pelt it. He just wants to see kind of like where your skill's at first. So he's just kind of overhand, but like how he would throw he's not intending to hit you. He just wants to see what you'll do because he's just so intrigued by your chaotic energy. Do I roll a d20 or what should I roll?
Why don't you?
For-
Yeah. Why don't you roll against the acrobatics check? So just roll a
Okay.
straight d20.
Okay. And 15.
Okay. Well, that she manages to dodge it because she got a 21. So all right. So you sort of lob this thing at Castien, and Castien kind of nimbly, like surprisingly nimbly, kind of sidesteps with a little
Listen.
dance.
I don't fight, but I'm so good at moving away from things.
Kurtzon's
my
like,
one
yes, yeah,
skill.
yep. When in doubt, don't be there. Okay, let's see what you
Exactly!
got.
All right.
Yeah,
What do I
the
roll to
wall is
check?
now splashed with disgusting tobacco beer water,
What
and the
was it I
goblet
rolled
just
to
sort of rolls
check?
away. All right,
Uh,
yeah. So why don't you you can roll to hit, and then Kurtzon, either you can roll acrobatics or dex to dodge, or it can be like a check against your AC.
I'll roll acrobatics. I got
Okay.
a dirty 20.
I had a
Nice.
5.
So
We're terrible or really good at this game. I'm not sure yet.
Castien, what are you throwing?
What's near me?
Well, where are you by the bar?
I would imagine I'm kind of closer to the door since he threw that drink. I'm probably on the other side.
Yeah. Well, there's chairs. There are chairs.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll throw
There's-
a chair.
You could. There are also a couple of little. There's
No,
like
the
a couple of
chairs,
goblets.
the
Okay.
chair. We're going
Okay.
WWE over here. I'm chucking it
Okay.
at
You're
my
checking the
newest
chair.
friend.
Okay, and you rolled a
Remember how I
5.
keep killing them?
Yes.
Just letting you know.
Okay, so your new friend dodges the chair, and the chair you kind of go, eh, and the chair kind of moves like 6 inches, and it just falls over on its side.
Your
Sorry.
move.
Yeah. Kurtzon looks over. It's like, my word! I thought we were just playing a friendly game. I didn't realize this was a no holds bar encounter. So, and then he's
Chairs
like,
are
okay,
friendly?
let's.
What's not
All right,
friendly
you want
about a
to
chair?
play? So he takes one of the tables and like he kicks it over so it's like a barricade. And he's like, you don't know
I'm
what
gonna
you've
copy
started.
this. All right, you can leave leave us and jump to the other people. We're gonna just snowball this.
I was gonna say, like, Granny, are you hearing this?
Oh, I'm hearing it, and I think we cut, and I'm just nodding, reading my book, and I go, oh yes, it's nice to be with people again.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I think I appreciate the noise and the livelihood, and I will make my way to visit Bulwark just to check in on him and leave them to have some fun after a stressful few days.
Don't narc.
Okay. So you kind of have to walk through the bar area to get out the door to the she shed where Bulwark is with Dora. So I guess you look over at their mayhem and you just sort of oh how lovely, and head out the door, and then so then you're in the she shed. You knock on the door. You have to kind of bang really hard, and Dora kind of comes to the door. She's like surprisingly muscled. She's a halfling, but she's got these like really buff arms that are and she's holding like a red hot poker in one hand, and you can see it's almost like a blacksmith's workshop. You can see a fire in a hearth on the other side with like a chimney, and Bulwark is kind of collapsed there. His furnace door of his face is up, and Dora looks at you and says, "Oh well, I'm really glad you're here. Do you think you might be able to help me stoke the flames? Because he's not, I tried a couple different kinds of kindling and it's not really working so well.
Oh.
So do you think you can poke? I'm also, I'm not that tall."
Oh, sure. And I will take the poker, and with my trunk, I can lift up to 40 pounds with my trunk. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna poke and see if I can help stoke the flame.
Aw. So you're so you're actually poking it like down his throat, ostensibly. All right. And you sort of poke the poker, and it's red hot, so if there's anything in there it would catch. And you see a little wisp of smoke come up from the inside, but not much more than that. And Dora says, maybe I just don't have enough kindling. I think I got some in the bar. Maybe I'll go in and I'll see you. I got some wood chips in there. Sometimes it's good for, if people have too much to drink, and then they empty the contents of their stomach, if you know what I mean. And then the wood chips and the sawdust, it really helps to absorb it. So I think I'm gonna go back in there, and I'll go get some supplies, and then we'll help your friend a little more, okay?
Do you want me to go get it for you so you can stay out here?
Oh, that'd be so nice.
I got
Would
you, dearie. Yeah, I got you. Don't you worry, dearie. I will turn around and wait. Where do I find them? Right next?
Oh, they're under the bar. Like you go behind the bar, and then there's like a bucket. There's a bucket of sawdust, and then there's a bucket of the wood chips.
All right,
I get them from the forest.
Thank you. I wander back in while they're throwing, and Castien, it's incoming to your left.
Hey, no fair. This is a one-on-one match.
It's okay. I'll help you out eventually. I owe you one favor, and I grab I grab all the supplies and I head right back out to bring all the sawdust.
Okay, amazing. All right, well, Dora's waiting for you with all the supplies, and if you're bringing in the bucket of wood chips and the bucket of sawdust, she looks at you. Oh, I really appreciate this. Not everybody's so considerate. It's that's so nice.
I appreciate you helping our friend. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Oh, he'll be fine. He just needs a little reboot. And she kind of like kicks the side of him, but not like hard. Just like sometimes if you kick them, you build a fire, and then you got to give them a little kick, and then they go. It's like a horse, but like a metal horse, but like a metal person horse.
Mm-hmm.
So then she takes a cup.
Can I make a quick?
I just love Granny's like devout optimism through all of this.
Yeah, she's so cute. What are you gonna make it? What are you gonna?
Can I just see if I actually believe that this person is gonna be able to do anything, or if she's hurting Bulwark?
Sure, go right ahead.
Oh, that's a natural 1.
You have no idea.
All right.
Granny is so distracted by what's going on in the bar that she has no clue.
Well, all right. I'm gonna trust you. Here's everything. I'll help you stoke the fire a little bit, and then I'll leave you to it, dearie.
Okay. Well, all right. So here. So I'm gonna show this to you because next time if you need to do this, now you'll know how to do it. Because sometimes these constructs they kind of break down sometimes, and there isn't always going to be somebody like me around. So I'm going to teach you how to fix them for if you're out there and he does this again. All right.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So she's gonna show you. You take like a couple handfuls of sawdust. You take a couple handfuls of wood chips, and then you make the poker really hot. And you sort of put the red hot poker into the sawdust, so the sawdust catches, and then the wood chips catch, and then the flame sort of starts up.
Oh.
And so the whole process takes about probably 20 minutes.
Wow.
So yeah, and she's gonna if Granny's saying wow, she's gonna look at Granny and say, I wasn't always here. I had a very interesting life before I bought this place. I'll tell you about it sometime.
Yeah, I would like that. I assume we'll probably be here another night or so I'd love to.
Well, I sure appreciate the business.
I will, I'm gonna go back and check. You stay here and, do what you gotta do with him, and I'm gonna head in and go check on my friends, if that's okay.
Well, sure, but aren't you gonna go to bed?
Oh, I'm a very light sleeper. I don't really need it. I already took a power nap, dearie, so.
Oh, I know how that goes. Sometimes when you get a little bit up there in years, like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We don't need as much sleep. Sometimes we wake up in the middle of the night and we're like, why am I up? And then you just can't get back to sleep, and so you just go and you wander around. Sometimes you go in the forest. There's a lot of fireflies. There aren't that many fireflies anymore. Why is that?
Oh, they attacked us.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. They didn't like you. Okay, I'm sure they'll come back at some point.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know what? I'm talking your ear off. You go in and talk to your friends. I'm probably gonna be here about another 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I'm gonna want to go to bed too.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, dearie. Yes,
Thank
of course.
you. All right, I'll see you later.
I walk right back into the bar, and I go, all right, kiddos. We have 20 to 30 minutes to clean this place up, or we're gonna get in big trouble. You look like you had a fun time, though.
Clean.
All right, Castien and Kurtzon. I would like you to each. You know what? You'll each roll, and then we'll take it as a roll with advantage for just how horrifying the place is right now.
All right.
D20?
The whole place is like leaned to the side now.
It's just collapsed.
A small fire somewhere. I got a 6.
10.
You guys have more than 20 minutes of cleanup to do, so you better start doing it now, honestly.
Castien goes up to her room. Kurtzon, this was a silly game. I don't know why you decided to play it, but now you have to clean it up.
Kurtzon gets up and his hand crossbow has like a spoon loaded, like ready to fire. He's just like, "Aw, never get to have fun." And then in terms of cleanup, he's like, this is not what I'm meant to be doing." And he casts Cloud of Daggers and tries to just get it to rummage everything into one big pile. Just thoroughly making it worse. Just the daggers are cutting things into pieces, but at least it's all in one pile for you.
It's all in pieces, but it's all one area.
It's one pile. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Should be fine.
One just pile of shredded stuff. Wow. Okay. All right. Well
You're
then.
asking a hammer to be a screwdriver. I don't clean.
We're
I-
the worst
I agree.
combo.
Oh
and
my
then
god,
he
no,
just
you're
Jack,
amazing.
yeah, he just Jack Sparrow runs away back into the room.
Ah, great. Right. I will I will take out 250 gold and I will leave it right on the counter.
Oh my gosh.
Here
Is
we
that
go.
like all your gold?
Not all of it. Most of it.
Gosh, he's got that undead money.
And I will leave that there, and I will just clean up as much as I can in the 20 minutes until she comes back in.
Okay. All right. So Dora walks back in and she looks at the bar and she looks at you, Granny, and she says, was this you? What happened here?
Oh, there were some people came in and they were pretty rowdy, but don't you worry, Castien and Kurtzon and we got rid of them, and I apologize for all the destruction. So I left some money on the counter for you to maybe replace anything that might have been broken in the scuffle.
Please roll me a deception.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Let's go.
No, like Kurtzon can overhear, so he gives bardic inspiration. Just from like the next room, you can just hear like a gentle ding, 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 ding.
Is that a D6?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Kurtzon. That's real good, y'all. That's a 30 with bardic inspiration.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Wow. Okay. So she looks at you and she says, you're telling me that there were these people, there were bandits that came in and they saved my bar? That's
Oh.
You saved my bar. Oh my goodness. I can't, I saw that you left some money. Why didn't you take the money? I don't need it. I appreciate, I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you saving my bar from whatever bandits came in. That is just so lovely. I've never had guests like you all. It's just, you know what? You'll stay for free for another night. How's that?
Oh, thank you, dearie. I appreciate it. Well, I'm gonna go off and take me another one of those power naps. I've cleaned up what I could, but I'll help out in the morning if that's okay with you.
Oh, that's so kind. You know what? I'm gonna clean up. I'll just do all the cleanup. You don't even worry about it. You all have a lovely sleep. I hope you enjoy your rest, and I'll see you in the morning whenever you get up. There's no, I'll make you breakfast whenever you decide, all right?
All right, thank you, dearie. I waddle to the room.
Okay. All right, so Dora's going to be like cleaning up and sort of muttering like, "Boy, they're so lovely. These people, they're so lovely. They saved my bar." And now you're all in the room again.
I walk in the room and I say, "Hey, everyone, we didn't do that mess outside, just so you know. Also, we got another free night if we want to stay here. Just so you all know. All right."
Randy Attie performing miracles nightly.
I'm only
Okay.
eating when she's present. Only eating out when she's present.
I love it.
Oh.
All right, so Vrithelion, I guess you're still sleeping. All right, so Dora eventually she finishes cleaning up probably around 2 a.m. She goes to sleep in her room, which is sort of the other side of the building, and then it's the morning. What are you gonna do?
You still have the accent. I love it.
Well, that's my actual accent. That's how I sound when I'm talking to my family. I just decided to give it to Dora. Anyway, yeah. So you guys are all. So it's the morning. You can decide what to do. It's you if you'd like to just stay until, because Bulwark is still Bulwark is still nowhere to be found. So he's obviously still being worked on. So
We should.
So Dora's willing to give you breakfast, whatever you want to do.
Morning, everybody.
Oh, good morning.
You sleep with your mouth open. Did you know that?
No. Well,
Me and Castien were, after we got done playing Chuck It, we kind of started throwing berries to see if we could score points.
oh,
She won.
that's what this is. We should discuss next steps at the breakfast table.
I think so.
Well, it looks like you've already had a bit of breakfast, but we'll get some for us.
Yes. Thank you. Picking
All right.
berries out of my mouth.
Got a
All
little
right.
bit of.
Where? Here?
Well,
Like to
yeah,
the
some
the
juice.
opposite
Yeah.
side.
It's
Here?
okay. You look great.
That's so lovely. All right. So you go out and
Good
Dora's busy
Lord.
cooking up.
What happened down here?
Oh, don't you worry about it, Vrithelion. We took care of it last night. Everything is fine. We didn't do it though, so.
I'm sorry. You know what? I cleaned up what I could. I'm still working on it. Do you know that your friends saved my bar last night? Do you know that there were that's what Granny Attie, she told me that there were these people and they came in and they were trashing the place and then and your buddies they chased them out. Isn't that lovely?
I looked down at my sword, which is supposed to awaken me and my companions when danger is about, and I wonder why I was not awakened.
And I'll wink at Vrithelion.
Castien just looks super proud.
Ah.
Yep, this is the reality for her.
She
Then
doesn't
I'm-
remember if
Kurtzon.
she did this or not, but she's like, sure, yeah, this sounds like maybe.
Kurtzon's just like
I'm-
tuning his lute at like an odd angle, just like
Then I'm glad that we are safe.
Mm-hmm.
As I narrow my eyes at Granny.
Can I get you
Um,
some eggs?
Yes.
Whatever your standard breakfast is, will be fine.
Oh, it's just eggs.
Great.
Eventually we
Then
get there.
eggs
You
it
want some
is.
pumpkin? You know what? Eggs and pumpkin. It's a weird combination, but it's great. Okay, I get pumpkins from the patch down the road. They're delicious. They taste almost like meat, but they're not. They're vegetables. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Yes.
It's like having
Fine.
bacon, but it's pumpkins.
I'll pass. That doesn't sound correct
I'll just
at
do
all.
the eggs.
Just the eggs.
Yeah,
All right.
to.
Okay. Up to you. You decide. So she's gonna put some scrambled eggs on each of your plates, and then she's gonna gnaw on a piece of pumpkin herself. You sure it's delicious? You sure you don't want it?
I cast detect magic at will to see if if the pumpkin is magical.
It is. There's some transmutation magic that's going on there.
Oh, noted. Great. Yeah, no, I'm good without the pumpkin. Thank you very much.
Kurtzon already
Alright.
halfway through a bite. He's like, what?
It's okay,
the pumpkin.
Kerzzan.
Yes. Enjoy your pumpkin.
Maybe stick to the eggs just for today, if that's okay. Oh,
I don't know what your problem is. There's just the patch up the road. The farmer's so nice.
all
Gives me
right.
pumpkins all the time. I ordered 3 of them and he gives me 6. It's amazing. He says he's got so many he doesn't know what to do with them all. It's quite remarkable, honestly.
Have
Well,
you seen how he farms? Does he farm like this or like this?
I mean, don't you normally farm like with the like that? And I think there's some horses
Just
involved.
checking.
And
Just checking.
I mean, maybe he I don't know. Maybe like for good luck, he just kind of does this a little bit. But so it goes. Some
All
people are
right.
a little stranger than others. Who knows?
While we're waiting for Bulwark to get fixed, I don't think we should go too terribly far. We should. I feel we should pay this person a visit. These aren't right.
Let's go to
And
Cannibal
no
Pumpkin
one-
Land.
Should be eating them. As I look at Dora.
Well, what do you mean? They're delicious. They're just pumpkins. What do you mean they're not right? Like
The
what
fact
they're
that you
wrong?
say they are just pumpkins and yet you've described a pumpkin that tastes like meat, those two ideas are not meshing.
and yeah, at the very least, dearie, we can go and we're just gonna go visit the pumpkin patch. And if he has your next order for you and everything looks okay, we'll bring it back so you don't have to walk down the road. How does that sound?
That's so lovely. I wish every guest was like you. I've been in this business for a long time now, and it's very rare to find people as gentle and lovely and generous and helpful as you four.
Thank
And
you.
and your friend, you know, he's gonna be fine by tomorrow.
I appreciate
promise.
it.
I'm like halfway through. He's all good. He's just, you know, he might have a couple extra dents, but you know, it's character.
I start to eat the eggs fast.
Yeah.
Okay. The eggs are fine. You don't even need an insight. The eggs are fine. They're just eggs.
See, I really don't
So-
like anytime food is described as, it's just this. Don't worry, it's just eggs.
That's
It's just pumpkins.
Okay. Okay, well,
Why
the
do these
pumpkins
eggs?
are
These eggs have 3 G's. What does that mean?
like egg.
Oh no. But yes, we'll go check out this pumpkin patch, and you know, at least I know we're on a time. We have some things that we have to take care of, everyone, but we do have to wait for Bulwark. So let's go check this out and go from there. How does that sound?
I mean, you all did, so I'm not gonna decide what you all do. That's up to you.
Castien's
I'm not controlling.
gonna lean into Kurtzon. Okay, hear me out. I have at least 4 acorns. How much do you want to bet we get eaten by pumpkins?
Kurtzon just leans in without like breaking eye contact from the others. Just goes, "Yes."
Okay. 4 acorns on yes.
I look at them whispering to each other, and I get a very ill feeling.
What? Why would you say that?
Kurtzon secretly takes some of the bacon and puts it in his pocket,
The bacon.
and he's just muttering.
The
Or
pumpkin.
sorry, the
Oh,
pumpkin.
the pumpkin
The
bacon.
pumpkin
I
bacon.
love that you've
Yeah.
like
Some of the
you've
pumpkin.
decided it's a bacon.
And
It
just
does
like
kind of
that.
taste a little like bacon.
And then just whispers back to Castien, "Maybe this is why she's so jacked."
It's protein pumpkin.
Protein pumpkin.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. All right. So you're gonna eat your eggs? And head
Cassie's
off?
not eating shit. Nah, I'm out of this.
If I see Cassie not eating her eggs, I'm like, "Do you mind?"
Take the cannibal eggs.
I slide the eggs over. Like those 2. Swinging a sword requires a lot of eggs.
And so Dora's gonna look at you at Cassie and said, "You didn't like your breakfast?"
You know, no.
I'm sorry. Can I make you something else? Or you
No,
can just have
no,
a beer.
I'm good. You know, I feel like visiting the pumpkin patch. Definitely that's I haven't seen a pumpkin before in my life. Uh-huh. And I'm so excited to see it that I'm just gonna skip breakfast.
I mean, I could give you some beer. It's also made of wheat. It's kind of like bread.
No, I'm
It's
good.
like having toast.
I'm good.
It's like toast in a glass.
You lost me at the meat fruit. I'm good.
Who doesn't love a good meat fruit?
I feel like that's a good place to stop for a little break.
Amazing.
Oh,
Oh no.
yeah, we gotta let's digest the beet fruit and you know.
Let's not do. Granny, you're zooming.
I know, I got-
I love it.
It's the best thing ever.
All right,
Okay.
y'all, we will be back in 5 minutes. If you haven't entered into the giveaway, you can do so by putting !Raffle. Copper says you should join. Where's my break scene? I found it. We'll talk to you.
Cool.
Probably accurate.
Oh, hey, Rachel. I'm going to show you something. Oh, never mind. No!
Oh, gosh.
Just talking about meat fruit over here.
No big deal. Just showing each other some meat fruit.
What? That sounds bad. No, I feel like we should have bowed out of that
No.
real quick.
Well, don't worry. We'll workshop it and get back to you.
Oh my god.
Now I'm desperate to know. I hope it was a pun. Okay, hold on. Let's do our giveaway. If you guys haven't jumped in yet, let's do it. All right. I'm going to close entries for people that were taking part, and we're going to pick a winner. Hold on.
Ooh.
Hold on. All right, you guys ready? I already know who it
Yes.
is.
Let's do it.
You guys are going to be so excited. Are you ready for who it is?
No.
Cotton! Cotton! The winner!
There we go.
Cotton, you have won the D&D Dice Hopper celebrates with you because he hears me clapping. But he's very excited. If you will email Jess, you tell me this every week, and Jess, I forget it every week. What's
All
the
good.
email?
Jessica@stormcrow.com.
If you will message Jessica, we will get that sent on out to you. Well done. And then let me close the entries. And if you guys still want to enter, it'll count towards next week's My Undying Friendship is not on here. There you go. All right, you may continue. Let's jump back into it.
Cotton, in honor of you winning, Vrithelion will disapprovingly nod at a character of at some point this evening. Yeah, in your honor.
That's really cute.
I am so happy Cotton got it. Cotton's done so much amazing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Cotton makes
It's
amazing art. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
All right, are we going to visit the Pumpkin Land and die there? I'm ready to
pumpkin
die by
patch.
pumpkin.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Okay, do you see the pumpkin patch?
Yes.
Yes,
Can
the
everybody
stream
see?
doesn't. Hold on. Stream will
Oh,
see it in a
okay.
second. It's the suspense. All right, guys, get it in your mind. Get it in your vision. What do you think when you think zombie pumpkin patch? Are they zombies? Absolutely. We just don't know it
I
yet.
think so.
So
Or
for
they could
once
all
I
be Big
actually
Hawk.
So Cotton wants to know whether it's them Cotton or a different Cotton. I normally don't go in chat, but like my phone
yes.
happens to be open right now.
Cotton-tailed. It's
No,
you.
it's you,
You're
Cotton.
You're the cotton.
You're the winner. It's you. You're the one who emails me, and then I send you a cool all 20 D20.
They look amazing, and you guys can see it on the waiting screen. But I think also it's in the exclamation point giveaway if you need to take a look at it. I'm screwing up my whole layout. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
You guys D&D because I don't know what I'm doing over here, but it's
Okay.
a thing.
We will go Dungeons and or Dragons. And
And or. I like that.
yes. Yeah, D and or D. That's how it go.
Mhm.
So yeah, all right. So you have decided to go ahead to the pumpkin patch. So the pumpkin patch is it's only about 5 minutes walk down the road. You didn't really see it before because the patch itself is a little bit. It's past a couple of other green fields growing shoots of some other kind. The weird thing is that pumpkins aren't really in season. This is spring. Pumpkins normally grow in the fall. But this field is full of ripe pumpkins.
Yes, that's the weird thing, that it's growing out of season and not that it tastes meat.
That's
It
funny. Usually the meat pumpkins grow in the dead of winter.
Okay.
Not again. Did you
Not
say? Yes, so that is one reason why it's weird. The other reason is that it tastes like meat. But they are definitely growing in springtime, and they are big plumpkins. They are big and orange, and they look delicious for certain values of delicious.
Yes.
And there's as you and everybody can see, there's a sort of dirt driveway that you've gone past about 2 or 3 fields in from the main road, and there's now a dirt driveway that goes up to well, driveway, like cartway. It goes up to a tiny little house with a pumpkin right in front of the door, and a lovely little pumpkin patch. And there's also pumpkins growing not in the patch. There just seem to be pumpkins kind of everywhere.
Oh,
They're just sort of sprouting all over the place.
Do we see the proprietor of said pumpkin patch?
Not on an immediate basis. You don't. There doesn't seem to be anybody around.
all right. I will just be casting Detect Magic just to, get the vibe. Is everything reading as the symbol as transmutation like before?
Yeah, there's his transmutation AF.
Oh, all right. All
also,
the pumpkin.
there's some illusion. There's some illusion.
All right. Good to know. Everyone, the pumpkins are magical, transmutational, and also some sort of illusion magic. So, concerning that the pumpkins might be something else that are disguised as pumpkins.
Like
As
people?
you say that, Kurtzon was like, he trails ahead, so he didn't quite overhear, but he turns around and he's like chewing another bit of the pumpkin that he had brought earlier. And he's just singing, "Pumpkin, pumpkin, why do you taste like ham?" Oh, sorry, what?
Because they are not pumpkins, Kurtzon.
Ah,
You should stop eating them.
oh, but they're so delicious.
I would like a piece.
Delicious.
Can I have some Kurtzon?
Kurtzon chucks a piece at, even though she's just like a foot away, just at her face. Is like, that's how you.
Chuck it never
that's-
stops. The
that's our
game
thing
keeps
now.
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Castien would like, having smelled many a dead body in her time, Castien would like to smell if the smells of any kind of dead creature she has partially or fully buried. I don't know what
Partially
to check for
or
that.
fully buried. Okay, all
I don't know
right.
if that's in nature or.
I'd say, yeah, that's a nature check. I think it would be like nature or lore, I guess. No, in nature. It's a nature check.
All right, that's
Guidance.
12. Guidance, yes. What does that do? That's a 4? D4?
A D4.
Granny, you are my best friend. Come on. It's still a 1. 13.
Okay.
We keep trying, Granny.
We'll get there
It is-
eventually.
In as much as you have probably buried a pig at some point, it definitely it's a familiar smell, but it's not like rotting. It's just meat. But it's definitely meat.
All right.
That didn't deduce much more than we knew. Guys,
Mm.
it's meat.
Yes. So stop eating it.
I never
Yeah.
started eating it. I would just like you to know it is some kind of meat, meaning that at some point it did used to eat, but also it was something living. And we're all kind of living. Now, I would argue that we're all ghosts, just inhabiting different types of bodies until we become ghosts again. But I've been distracted. What were we talking about?
The meat.
Oh yeah, this is. I would
Pumpkins.
not eat this meat.
Yes.
All right.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to help out the team. Thank you.
No, that it does make sense though. But if it is actually meat, then that's actually it doesn't just taste like meat. That's the most concerning. So you've identified that it's.
Well, you're saying there's some sort of transformative magic, yes?
Yes, I think so. So,
So it could be something there that they've made to look like this, but like a creature or an animal or something.
You hear a sound from the pumpkin patch. It's kind of a faint sound, but it almost sounds like a groaning or a creaking.
Well, that's our cue to leave. It was nice seeing a pumpkin for the first time in my life. Really lovely. I think I'm done with pumpkins now.
Castien,
Anybody
you have
else?
not. Castien, you haven't seen a pumpkin yet.
There's tons. They're great pumpkins. They're pumpkining the kids of pumps, and great.
There's a louder sound.
Oh no.
It's kind of
Why do we
now
do
it
this
sounds
to me?
more like a groan.
Look
Like-
for where it's coming from.
Okay, please roll me perception.
Oh.
Everybody?
Everybody who wants to see where this sound is coming from.
11.
Because I'm an elephant, I have advantage on this because it's sound based.
That is true.
Castien,
Okay.
terrified of
was
pumpkins,
nice
gets
figures.
a wonderful 1. So
Castien, you're just so terrified of pumpkins that you have no idea where it could be coming from.
I am traumatized by this at this point.
I lied. It's only for smell, but I got a total of a 14.
Okay.
8.
Okay, so Granny, you're the only one who can properly identify where it's coming from, but you just about see. Can everybody see that?
Yes. Oh.
You see
Oh.
that one of the pumpkins close to you is not, in fact, a pumpkin. In fact, it looks like a severed head of some humanoid creature. And it's got 3 eyes across the front of its face-like thing, no nose, and a mouth that is just rimmed with teeth. This big round mouth with layers and layers of sharp teeth.
You know, I don't always play the Castien was right card, even though I always am, but I would like to point to Exhibit Pumpkin. As
You can't
we
see
should
it,
not
Castien.
be here.
You can't see
it.
You can't see it. You got a 1. You're just like, you're looking at the tree. You're like, is that a pumpkin? It's orange.
Who all saw it?
It was just
Only
Oh.
Granny.
Oh,
Only
I
Granny.
I will look and I will say, "Oh, yeah, no, it's not pumpkins. That's a dead head."
What?
I
What?
reiterate my
Kurtzon immediately
statement.
vomits.
Oh no.
Sword comes out, shield swings around, and I start looking around. We need. What is this?
All right, are you? So I need you to roll me perception again if you're gonna look around. Look for other pumpkins.
I seem to be focused on the house. I don't really seem to be looking at where I probably should be.
Right. Okay. So yeah, no, you're looking at the house. There's nothing in that. There's nothing in front of the house. There's a big pumpkin in front of the door, but it doesn't seem at all special. But there is this one pumpkin that is quite horrifying looking and doesn't in fact look like a pumpkin at all. It's effectively a severed, horrifying, 3-eyed, no-nosed, giant, sharp-toothed, mouthed head on a vine.
Jeez, Jess, tell us what you don't like about him. Wow.
Well, I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
Oh no!
Because the
Dun, dun,
mouth
dun.
the mouth snaps shut, and the 3 eyes snap towards you as it perceives, Granny, that you can see it, and the disguise is off.
Oh no! Hey, at least we're gonna stop, and we're gonna stop the inn from serving weird meat to people, right?
You know that wasn't on my bucket list. I guess that is a benefit here.
There you go.
I got
Okay,
a 9, by the
Vrithelion.
way.
Okay, you got a 9. Vrithelion, I see you're 11. Granny, what's your?
It's weird. It's technically a 12. I'm not sure why it's not adding my plus
Oh.
1.
That's weird. That's okay.
It is odd.
I fixed it for ya.
Thanks.
You're
I
welcome.
got a 5.
Oh, Granny. 7. Oh my gosh, y'all's dice. I swear. Okay, now I'm back to Dora / my grandmother. Okay. I guess Vrithelion, you're up first.
Do I finally look over and see this thing? I mean,
I guess you must. I guess
All right.
because it's the mouth is snapped shut, and it made a big horrifying squelchy kind of sound as it snapped its mouth shut. So yes, you can see it, and you've rolled initiative, and now.
Does it look mobile, or does it look like it's just sort of like you said it was attached to like a vine?
It is attached to a vine. So So it is definitely attached to a vine. You don't know how long that vine is, but it's attached to something.
Right. I will advance. I will advance up to the creature.
Okay.
And I will swing at the vine.
Okay. Oh, you wanna free it?
Well, or cut it off from its whatever its source is.
Good point. Very good point. Like an umbilical cord. All right. What are you gonna roll to hit?
I'm swinging my sword. 17.
Okay. That will definitely hit.
All right, and so, all right. So I do 10 points of slashing damage.
Wow. Okay.
Down through the vine. No special effects. Just plain sword.
Okay. So it is quite nearly smashed. It caves in the side of its head, and 2 of the 3 eyes burst, and the vitreous matter kind of rolls in tears down its face, and it doesn't make a sound, but the half of its mouth that can still do anything kind of clacks its teeth, almost as if it's hungry. It doesn't seem to feel any pain, but it's not doing so well.
Does it bleed?
It bleeds. It bleeds kind of, I guess, like pumpkin juice, like
Okay.
a sort of like
All right,
viscous
so-
orange, white, the clear kind of fluid.
So it didn't break whatever the illusion or anything on it. It's still pumpkining.
It's still, well, it is an illusion. Like you did, it is definitely. It's got some pumpkin in it,
All
but
right.
it is definitely a horrifying head.
All right. Cool.
All right, and that's your turn. Okay. All right, Castien, what are you gonna do?
Watch. You're doing great. Take it on that pumpkin.
Hey.
That's my turn.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so that same pumpkin is
no.
gonna. That same pumpkin, Vrithelion, is going to attempt to bite you.
Oh no.
That is a 12 to hit.
Clank.
Nope. And as a bonus action, it's just gonna kind of again clack its teeth at you.
Oh.
So it kind of goes "Meow," and doesn't, and then goes. "Meow."
How dare it?
How dare it? And then you notice that there's another
Oh no.
terrifying,
Oh.
awful pumpkin,
Oh no.
and that one is going to. What's it gonna do? It is going to.
Right.
It's gonna look at. It's gonna look right at you, Granny. And I would like you to please make a wisdom save. No, sorry, a dexterity save. Apologies. A dex save.
Let me try that again. A dex save. That's not great. Oh, that is a natural 20, -2 for an 18.
Wow. All right, that saves.
Cool.
So the thing narrows its 3 eyes at you, and you can feel a cold wind whipping past you, but it doesn't do anything.
Ooh.
And now it's Kurtzon's turn, and the monster's on deck, and then Granny, that's you.
All right.
Okay.
Kurtzon.
Kurtzon is gonna cast Sleep. So he's gonna take his lute out, and then he kind of pulls on the neck, so it kind of extends like a microphone stand, and just kind of anchors it into the floor, and then just twists the end of the guitar, so it kind of just turns to face him, and you just taps it once. Bum 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 bum. Lord Untamo, bum 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 bum. God of sweet dreams, bum 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 bum. Put them to sleep so we can make schemes, bum 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 bum. To steal their gold or food that looks yummy, or slide a dagger deep inside their tummy. Sleep, sleep, sleep. And then he just collapses it up and then just sits down.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna give you advantage on that because that's amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Did it hit?
I don't know. Here, let's see. Sorry, I have to get my screen. So, yeah. All right. That put them both to sleep.
That's great.
They are both sleeping.
Sweet.
Sweet. Okay, and then there, you become aware of
Oh no, I don't like becoming aware.
another one.
Oh no.
That one's awake.
No, no.
So any of the like dormant ones are like they can't be affected by magic until they've kind of like awakened.
Yes, that is the case. But the two that are out are asleep. So this one is going to look at you, Kurtzon, and it's going to sorry, here, let me. It is going to it would like you to make a strength save.
Okay. Oh, my best stat. 2?
Oh no. Okay. That does not save. So, but don't worry too much. It somehow weirdly doesn't love your music, so it's gonna move you all the way over here.
How's it move me?
By its magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, by a telekinetic
Like
ray.
beholder pumpkins.
Oh no. I don't like that.
Sorry. Okay, so that's what it's gonna do. And Granny, you're on or you're up now. Then it's a monster, and then Vrithelion.
All right. We're fighting these things, yes, everyone?
No.
Yes.
As Kurtzon's,
As
you
I'm
say that as
shaking,
Kurtzon's levitating away.
I'm shaking pumpkin off my sword.
Great. All right.
Everyone's a critic.
It's kind of weird pumpkin head blood, though.
I will use my bonus action to take my form of dread. Except this time I'm going to inflate a little bit instead of, I kind of look like a giant undead pumpkin with Granny's elephant head on top, mimicking what we're seeing. And then I'm going to use Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Please hit. 22.
That definitely hits. That, in fact, is a critical hit.
Ooh. All right. And I rolled a 10 on my damage, so that's doubled, right? For 20?
Yes. Yes. So which pumpkin are you aiming at?
Oh, sorry. I should have specified
okay.
that. I am aiming at the one that is awake. The one that just kind of woke up.
The one that just awakened.
Yes.
Okay. So how would you like to destroy this horrifying head pumpkin?
I think my Eldritch Blast comes out and it's kind of like this giant dust storm that kind of jams right through the pumpkin, and there's a hole. But when it comes back, it looks like a nice little jack-o'-lantern. Like there's a big smile and two cutout eyes in the pumpkin.
I love that. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you jack-o'-lantern the hell out of this thing, and it is a smashing pumpkin. It's now the day after Halloween in this pumpkin patch right now.
Yeah, take that. And then I'm gonna run forward a little bit just to be over here. That's my turn.
Amazing. All right. So hearing this commotion, there's one more pumpkin head that wakes up and clacks its teeth. And it is going to look at you, Granny.
Yes.
And it's going to look at your form of dread, and it's basically just going to be like, nuh-uh. And then it's going to look at Vrithelion. And Vrithelion, I would like you to please make a wisdom save.
23.
Okay, that will save. So you feel it's not like a physical feeling, but you feel almost like a tiny little bumpy wave of anxiety come straight through you and then go away again. As if you think you might have forgotten something back at the inn, but then you realized you didn't. And you're fine.
God, I forgot to eat some eggs.
True. All right,
left some on the plate.
Vrithelion, you're up. Castien, you're on deck.
All right. I will keep hacking at this one in front of me.
Okay.
It looks like it's close to deed.
Close to deed.
An 8. That's not gonna do it.
That's not gonna hit. You kind of take the sword and smack right next to it in the already smashed bit.
It's all this goop all over my blade. And then I will.
Arg.
That's what the pumpkin says. Arg.
Yeah.
And in fact, it kind of it almost gets out the word.
I don't like this beast at all. I will be like, Granny, get this one, and I will move.
Oh no!
Deeper
Don't go further into the patch.
Deeper into the patch to try to get at the one in the back.
Vrithelion, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
That is ill-advised.
Yeah, I'm running into the patch to get to the back one. It's the biggest threat.
That is very, very noble of you, Vrithelion. Castien, you're up.
All right, so Castien, having seen her bestest friend in the whole wide world, Kurtzon, get just teleported away, is going to use her movement. I can't move my character, apparently. I don't know what I've done. But
Here,
she's going
it's
to
all right.
move.
I'll do it.
Thank you. Move her over to Kurtzon, please.
Okay.
So running over to Kurtzon, I'm
run.
going... that was my movement. Kurtzon, I think you got the best strategy in this whole thing. We should run away. And you're already on the start of it. And she's going to reach into this little bag that's attached to the side of her hip, which is a bag of tricks. She's going to pull out a little fuzzy thing, throw it, which will turn into Sasha, the giant elk. And together, I would like to offer Kurtzon a ride on the elk as we brave Sir Kurtzon and Castien ride away.
So
Okay.
Kerzzan just kind of landed roughly like on his bottom after that, and she magically, like as if without even noticing, just his friend just on a giant elk right next to him. And she's like, my ride. And yeah, accepts a hand up and just jumps on board, but like side saddle so he can keep playing. It's like, I've always wanted to do a mobile show.
We're going on tour?
You're
Just away from
We're going on tour.
That
is amazing. Okay. Okay. All right. So, well done, Castien. So the really broke down one that was right by Vrithelion is going to.
Aren't they both asleep?
Oh, never mind. You're right. It's not. It is asleep, so it can't do anything. I guess it just sort of said goop.
I guess it was lucky I missed it. I didn't wake it up.
True. True.
That's true. Yeah, so I guess it said goop in its sleep. All right, so it is going to do F all, as is the other one. So, Kurtzon, it's your turn.
Okay. Very excited about his new short-term tour. We are going to cast Bane on the what do you call it? On the pumpkin that Vrithelion is running towards
Okay.
to lowering attack rolls. So he's sitting side saddle on the elk, and as it kind of gets ready to go, he just does like a chill kind of a dun, 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 kind of like an old western, dun, 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 and he just says a little rhyme on an elk. There was once an old orc named Growth. He was known as a big clumsy oaf. He swung his big axe and cut his own back, and tried again. He slit his own throat. Dang! And then that casts Bane on the pumpkin.
Oh my god, this is amazing! Do you just come up with this stuff? This is awesome.
I put in work.
There's work.
I prepare. I'm walking my dog. I'm like, Growth rhymes with oaf. Nice.
That's amazing. Well, this thing did not save on charisma because I was a 5. So it is affected by Bane. And so now, when it makes an attack roll or a saving throw, this thing will need to roll a d4 and subtract that from the attack roll or saving throw. So well done. Well done. And I guess if it's up to 3 creatures, right? So is it that on all of them?
Would be yes.
Okay. All right. So I guess I've just saved the other 2. Also does not save. Also does not save. Cool.
Kurtzon just does one of these. Like, still got it.
You still got it. Okay.
Driver.
Granny, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna do what I do best, and I'm gonna fire an Eldritch Blast at the one Vrithelion told me to fight. So here we go. 17 to hit.
That will hit.
Only 2 points of damage.
Oh.
Oh. Well,
Mhm.
you put out one of its 3 eyes.
Amazing. Great. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start to follow Vrithelion into the pumpkin patch. I don't want him to be alone.
Granny, we need
So
you.
nice. Okay, so that thing that you just put out one of its eyes, but it's still got 2, and
Alright.
it, with those other 2 eyes, it is going to make you make a Dex save, please.
Oh.
Mm.
2.
That does not save. So, you are going to take. Oh wait, sorry. Let me just check Bane.
Wait, that was the
because
one that
it's-
was. Well, and the one next to Granny, wasn't that the one that was still asleep?
Yeah, I think they're both still asleep.
Yeah,
I
but the one I thought you were, Granny. I thought you were going after the one that, like the far one, the one that Vrithelion was going after.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Vrithelion told me to go at whatever one
Oh!
he
Yeah.
Oh,
directed
never
me
mind.
to.
The one that I had hit before.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
the one
okay,
that I was
apologies.
going
Okay, so that one, in that case, it's still not dead, but it's just not, it's awake now, but it's
Sadly.
not its turn. Yeah, sorry.
for. It's okay.
But yeah, it's not doing great. It's got like half of an eye. It's got like 3 teeth left, and it's kind of going. But the other one, the one that is not asleep, the one that is on the other side of Vrithelion, that one is the one that made you make a Dex save,
Okay.
and then you did not save. But let me just check Bane, because let's see, makes an attack roll. But it's because you had to make the save. I think Bane doesn't affect it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, so you are going to take 6 points of cold damage.
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry, everyone. I still have 44 hit points left.
So,
Whew.
That is a
And-
whole lot. Vrithelion, it's your turn.
all right. I don't charge, but I move up
And casting
Next
your
to this-
attack.
next to this back pumpkin,
Mm-hmm.
and I swing the sword on it, and I juice it with Searing Smite. Well, basically, I cast Searing Smite. I light the sword on fire, and then here we go. Come on. You can do it. Critical!
Oh my
There
god!
you go. Yeah.
Ooh.
That thing is pumpkin puree. That thing is just you literally puree it. It's gone. It's dead. It's pumpkin head puree. There's like bits of pumpkin brain and pumpkin eye and teeth just go everywhere.
I turn around with pumpkin viscera on my face. Thumbs up. And I look like I'm going to start moving toward another pumpkin soon. And I guess my question is, did the crit on the slash, because I can choose to expend the flame.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually it goes off immediately, so we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, I covered in pumpkin bits.
Gross. Anyway, all right. It is your turn, Castien.
All right, each square is 5 feet, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can do diagonal. That's fine. We don't need the Pythagorean theorem in our game.
Oh.
So, panicked about Granny going into the pumpkin patch. Obviously, from my high horse, or high elk rather, I can see that Vrithelion is taking things on splendidly, so that I'm not worried about it. But I'm panicked about Granny. I'm going to tell my elk to charge. So if the elk moves at least 20 feet straight forward to a target and then hits it with ram, attack on the same turn, the target takes an extra 2d6 damage. If the target is a creature, it must succeed on DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. So I'm going to charge towards Granny, but I believe that makes a straight path towards several pumpkins.
So it's charging towards Granny. There are other pumpkins. The only ones that are horrifying heads are the ones that you can see here.
Okay.
But yes, the other ones. But yes,
the one closest to Granny.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta get 2d6 for that because I am definitely good at math. Okay, so that's 5 plus. Hold on. I can do this.
Okay.
I can do this. Somebody help.
I believe you.
Melee attack weapon plus 6. Okay, so melee attack weapon is a 1. That's wonderful. So 3 plus 6 is 9. Is that 14? That feels like 14. Yes.
Okay, like to hit.
Hold on. Plus. Wait, did I math that? Plus 6. Hold on. Come back. Hold on.
Okay. I don't know if I can come back to you because now this thing is awake and you're right by it. So.
Okay. Wait.
And it's its turn next.
6 plus 3 is 9. Plus 5 is 14. Yes, and that's I think to hit or to ram. It says to ram. Whatever to ram is, I would like to ram my elk into pumpkin face.
Yes, you can. Yes, that will hit / ram it.
Cool.
That will ram the heck out of it.
You're gonna dent that elk. You better be careful.
Sasha's tough. Sasha's got this. 11 plus 2d6 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. Okay, so 2, 6. That's 19 bludgeoning damage.
That will pulverize it.
All right.
It is
pumpkin puree all over the place, all over me, all over Kurtzon, all over Sasha, and then I would like to try and persuade Granny to get on my giant elk.
Okay, as a bonus action.
Yes, please. Persuasion. Granny, get on the fucking elk, please.
All right, Gary, I'll do it.
Amazing. Okay. So in theory, it is the other one's turn, but it's still asleep. It's just sleeping through all of this. So Kurtzon, it's your turn.
So with the unexpected kind of charge of the elk, Kurtzon is just like, my word! It's like all of his instruments kind of just shake and like almost fall off of him, and then they ram the thing, and then just all of this pumpkin entrails just like all over him. It's like, I literally just cleaned these. But then he sees that she invites Granny up, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna see myself out, and he just hops off because it's like already here, and Castien is just gonna ruin all of his clothes and things. So so he faces the remaining sleepy pumpkin, and the plan was to. Well, it's asleep, so I'm just gonna have a go at it with my. Take a swing at it with my short sword.
Okay, and that'll hit because it's asleep.
Perfect. Yeah. So, do I still need to roll attack, or is it just automatic?
I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Swing my rapier for 6 damage.
For 6 damage.
I just kind of do like a dotted outline of like a jack-o'-lantern, but as good as I can to make it look like me, just like a Zorro, just ha 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 ha.
Okay.
For 6 damage.
Okay. It you kind of cleave a piece of the pumpkin's head off and expose a pulsing brain that looks like it's made of pumpkin pulp and seeds. But it is still awake and still alive and glares at you with all 3 eyes.
Absolutely not.
No, it does.
No.
Okay, Granny, it's your turn. Would you like to try to eliminate this horrifying thing?
Yes, I will use my movement to climb up on the elk with Castien. And I will say thank you, Castien, and then I will cast another Eldritch Blast to see at the one that's remaining, just to see if we can get rid of it.
Okay.
Oh, that's only a 10 to hit.
Nope.
All right, I tried, everyone.
It goes wide. It goes wide. I'm sorry to hear.
It's okay. That's my turn.
Okay. It is now Vrithelion's turn again.
I will. I will basically double move to get to it. I won't be able to attack it. And it's
Just gonna bask.
Well, it's awake
around.
now, though. It's awake
Yes.
now, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, I have a bonus action. I'll cast Compelled Duel.
Ooh.
And I look at it and I'm like, your only opponent is me! So, it needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Shit, that's a 3. It will not save.
Alright, I've compelled it into a duel. So basically, it's drawn to me, compelled by my divine demand. It has disadvantage on anyone it attacks that's not me. And it must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move, which it's not moving.
No, it's
Yeah.
bind.
And I'm concentrating on it. So basically, for the next minute, as long as I only focus on it, and it wants to fight me.
It wants to fight you. It wants.
Yeah.
It definitely. It just
And
wants
I'm
a
just-
piece of you.
I'm banging the shield at the sword as I look at it.
That's badass. All right, Castien, you're up, and then it's this duel between Vrithelion and Pumpkinhead.
You're gonna love this because I definitely was trying to figure out math beforehand and did not fucking succeed. This is why I'm an actor. I'm gonna tell Sasha to go rescue Vrithelion, who happens to be on the other side of the pumpkin. So the quickest way on the other side of the pumpkin is through the pumpkin. And why would you give an elk antlers if not for pumpkin stabbing? So I'm gonna charge again.
Okay.
And I think I did it wrong. I think it's the target takes an extra 7 damage, but does it have a DC of 14? Because that's strength for saving throw or to be knocked back. I don't know if that means I still hit, and it just decides if it's prone or not. I don't know. D&D.
Math rocks.
Math rocks.
I'm pretty sure that's just to decide if it's getting knocked prone, but I don't know what.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I charge my... I point my elk at it, and then I stab it with elk.
Okay. You stab it with some antlers.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Let me math this. Copper's gonna bark because I stopped petting him. All right, melee attack plus 6. We do melee attack. Bam. That is a 16.
16 to hit.
6.
That will hit.
Oh, wait, hold on. What's my hit? I was doing damage. I don't know what my hit is. Okay. How do I tell that with a beast?
I actually am not 100% sure the elk rules.
Anybody
So-
speak elk here?
So Rachel, what you just rolled, that 16, that was your unarmed strike to hit.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Like
Okay,
with
so
your
yeah,
hands.
that hits.
Yeah. So you've hit.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've hit.
Okay, cool. So let me roll
So now you roll damage.
Okay. And then that's a melee weapon attack plus 6. 18, 20 plus
Oof.
6.
Well, that's another 2 hit.
Wait, hold on. Because it says I do ram after charge, and ram is melee weapon attack plus 6. Oh, to hit. Okay, yeah, you're right. So hit is 11 plus 2d6. Thank you. You're helping me learn, Brooke. I appreciate it.
Hey, you know,
Teamwork makes
we're all on this crazy ride together.
Well, technically, you're not on the elk yet, but you'll get there.
Well, that's true.
I got
I'm watching it barrel towards me uncomfortably.
That is true.
So 9 plus 11 is a 20 damage.
So your elk spears this head with its antler and rips it free from its vine, and it just the head is now impaled dead on the elk's antler, staring at you all with dead pumpkin eyes.
I wave.
And you are now you have managed to vanquish all of the pumpkin heads.
Oh, good job, Castien.
I spit pumpkin out of my mouth. And I look at the house with disgust and anger. This has to stop.
Yeah, we don't like this. Isn't great, right?
I don't think you can fairly blame the house for the pumpkins, though. They did grow through the ground. I think
No,
if we're
it's-
going to blame anybody, it's gravity.
But the house did watch them grow illegally and didn't do anything about it, so it's
That's
an
fair.
accomplice.
He's
It's
convinced me.
whoever's in the house.
Vrithelion, get on, Sasha. We're walking that way.
Is
Kurtzon
it
should
actually
stop trying to
illegal?
argue with Castien. Just yes and.
Yes, and when you got the pointy elk, you listen. Nobody
Okay,
knows
so-
about the elk.
I look at this elk. Do I want to get on this elk?
Sasha's a very nice elk, okay? Very beautiful.
Where are we
well-
going on this elk?
To the house.
It's right there.
Yeah, but it's the first impressions that make a distinction. Like, are you really gonna walk up to the house, first impression covered in pumpkin, and not on an elk? Like, think of the power play that is to introduce yourself on an elk.
The fact that I see Granny nodding. I climb grumbly onto the elf, still spitting out pumpkin bits.
And Sasha will
Just get us to the house.
Sasha will march us over, and I would like for her to knock on the door with her pumpkin-ified antlers, still with the head also, by the way, dangling on one of them as she taps onto it.
Okay, there is. Are you gonna like knock above the pumpkin?
I think of the pumpkin's kind of well on to the thing, so it's just there, and the little bit of pumpkin falls every time she knocks.
Yeah. There is no answer at that pumpkin door.
Bad news for Vrithelion, they're not home.
Oh no.
We're gonna have to come back later, or leave a note maybe.
Is this pumpkin blocking the door bigger than the other pumpkins?
Yeah, it's probably about 4.5 feet tall.
Is it attached to vines or is it self-standing?
Nope. It is self-standing.
Is it a sturdy door or?
The door is just it looks to see. You know what? Roll me perception, please, or investigation rather.
Oh, well, I liked perception, but investigation it is. 15.
Okay. The door seems to be a wooden door. The pumpkin is quite hardy. It's big. It doesn't at this particular moment seem to be a terrifying three-eyed pumpkin head. But it would be quite heavy. You might have to chop it up because it is blocking the door, which is a wooden door.
I'll jump down and attempt to move the pumpkin. I have some strengths.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean a shoulder and try to roll it out of the way.
Okay, strength check, please.
All right. Plus 21.
Wow, okay. So you take every ounce of strength that is in your weakened body, and you kind of roll it as if it's a snowball, and you kind of just barely get it away from the door, which I can't do because it's part of the image, but just pretend. It is no longer in front of the door.
Yeah.
And as it rolls, you can see on the underside, it's actually rotten, and there are little like the seeds. They look like pumpkin seeds, but if you look closely, they're wriggling, and they've got little legs like insects on them.
This is unnatural and foul. As I start coughing now from the exertion of moving the pumpkin, I have a coughing fit.
Oh no.
Because that's what I do.
That is what you do.
Yeah.
Kurtzon steps in and kind of pats Vrithelion on the back. He's like, "Well done. You deserve a take 5. A wizard of this magnitude that can enchant such pumpkins in such a way. I think perhaps maybe the next step should be with a bit more diplomacy. What do you guys think? Shall we just do? Let's maybe not so much barging and elking around." And I look directly at Vrithelion and Sasha, who are like getting ready. It's just like, maybe let's try a gentler touch, shall we? So then he just knocks on the door. Hello, anyone home?
There's still no answer.
Now we break down the door? We did the gentle.
Yes, fine.
Sasha's gonna kick it in with her hooves.
He immediately jumps to the side.
Have you tried to like just open it with
we're kicking it in.
Okay, strength check, please.
Some would say this way in behooves us.
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry, audience, that you had to hear that.
I'm so proud.
I'll let myself out.
No, it was great. Like genuinely.
Vrithelion, I didn't know you were a dad.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
Amazing.
Dying of mirth. Okay, so you're kicking the door down. Castien. Oh, I guess, are you kicking the door down with the elk or just with you?
Hooves. The attack. So
okay, all right. Well, then, I'm just going to give it to you because it's not very strong wood. Okay, so you break that door down. And then, in order to make that happen, I am going to take a moment to scene change.
Scene change! Woo!
Scene change!
While you're scene changing, I'm going to put Sasha. Everybody off Sasha, please.
All right.
Okay, thank you. And then I'm going to put Sasha back in my bag. Because elks don't need to be inside of house. They knock all things over. I've tried. You break things. Castien, that was an antique. Castien, that was my mother's urns. Castien, stop having your elk kick my father. And I just can't hear it anymore.
I have enormous sympathy for Castien in this moment of difficulty. How terrible to be told no ever by anybody. It's the worst.
The plight. No, you can't stab them. No, you can't do this. This is all Big Hawk, I'm telling you.
Agree.
When Big Hawk
Okay.
is the big bad.
That would be very funny. Okay. Okay, we are now inside. Can we see it?
No.
All right, you have to
Pumpkin.
scroll up.
Oh,
Oh, there
Go
it
up.
is.
There we
There.
are.
There you all are.
It's
At
the
the
room
window?
with all the books.
That was supposed to be the door.
Cool.
I just
It's
made
a
it look-
window. It's a window now.
It's a window now.
The Castien
it's just
Remodeling Company.
Yeah, it's just I didn't even it's just a door with a thing with a step. There's a step. Watch your step, everybody, as you go through the door. And it is a farmhouse with a lot of bookshelves.
Ooh.
And a weird vestibule. And all
makes
kinds of
sense. This house belongs to a nerd.
things. A
Um,
pumpkin nerd.
Pumpkin nerd. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic again to see if anything is magical in here.
Yeah, there's some illusion. There is some evocation. You think you might detect a little bit of necromancy, but it's not here.
Is it coming
It's-
from any particular location?
A little bit through that little arched doorway, but it's very faint. It's like a whiff. It's not
Alright.
super significant in here. But yeah, there's illusion. There's most of the schools of magic, and a lot of the books seem to be magical. Like it's so much magic, like different spells that you. It's almost like a cacophony. It's hard to pick out individual ones.
Wow. It's loud in here, magic wise. But there's something down that way, everyone. Through the archway, some sort of magical essence seems to be coming from there, maybe causing the pumpkins?
Well, we know that there's an individual, right? Didn't Dora say that a person sold her the pumpkins?
Oh, that's right.
Here's what we're gonna
And-
do. Hello!
As you speak,
That's
There
a
is an
generous term for it.
as you caw, an individual indeed seems to apparate almost out of thin air, right by that archway, which the archway itself is blocked by a table with a variety of scientific instruments on it. And this individual is about 6 feet tall, very, very, very thin. Looks somewhere between older and elderly. And just is like long and lean, is just sort of a straight line. And has very, very, very pale skin. And is wearing just sort of dusty robes and looks at all of you. And he says, "You could have knocked."
We did. Many different ways. Different times.
You knocked.
We were extremely polite, actually.
I didn't hear you knock.
We even helped
Or-
with gardening.
Yeah, we
You
knocked
helped
with
with
an elk.
gardening. You knocked with an elk and you helped with my garden. Well, I suppose I should thank you then, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Would you like to see how I'm going to thank you?
Oh, I can't wait.
Why can't you wait? Maybe I should make you wait. I'm just not going to say thank you. You're not going to get a thank you at all. I'm going to make you wait forever for a thank you. Why are you
perhaps-
in my house?
Perhaps an apology for your evil pumpkins attacking us.
I didn't make you the pump. They're not evil, and I didn't make them attack you. You must have bothered them.
Really?
They're very
Because-
sensitive.
Yes,
This
they're
disease
not.
does bother a lot of people.
What are
It's not
they?
about you.
It's always about me. How dare you?
Why are you selling pumpkins to the nice lady down the road that are not real pumpkins but are fleshy mounds, basically?
They're absolutely real pumpkins. I grew them in my pumpkin patch. What are you talking about?
Insight check immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
You
like
roll
the
away.
tone. I don't like the tone of your lie. 20.
Okay. Oh, this guy absolutely knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He absolutely knows that he's growing flesh pumpkins.
Meat fruits.
Meat fruits.
All right, I start to advance. I'm going to
Okay.
continue advancing until you tell the truth.
I told you the truth. They're pumpkins. They grow on the vine. What more do you want from me?
I keep moving forward.
Okay.
In
What
a-
more do you want from me? Okay, fine. They're augmented. Okay? People really like them. They're delicious. Have you tried them?
They're made of.
Kurtzon says, "Oh, yes."
They're
Oh.
augmented pumpkins. They've got pumpkin seeds in them. What do you think? What are you talking about?
They're made of meat.
Yes, and pumpkin.
What
They're hybrids.
What meat are you using?
What kind of meat is there?
I keep advancing.
There's
Deer
lots of
meat,
different
bear
kinds of meat.
Pig meat, human meat.
It's
Oh my
not
God.
human meat.
It's aardvark.
Oh, good.
It's not aardvark.
Oh, thank God.
There's a lot of different kinds of meat. I put it, you... Okay. You want to know? You want to know about the meat pumpkins? They're delicious. I was trying to sell pumpkins, and the regular pumpkins weren't selling. But as soon as I made them a little bit hybrid, then they started to sell. So what do you want me to do? I'm a businessman. Look at all of my beautiful books. How do you think I was going to buy them if I couldn't make a living? Do you know how hard it is to make a living out here? There's nothing around.
Then move to the city. But this is not.
I don't
the way
want
to
to
do
move
it.
to the city. What am I going to do in the city? Where am I going to grow my pumpkins?
Well, you're not. These pumpkins are an abomination, and they cannot exist.
But they
What?
do.
What are you using that is not pumpkin? I take another step forward.
That's a trade secret. You're going to go and start your own pumpkin patch, aren't you?
I get within 10 feet,
Okay.
Oh, shit.
and
Oh,
I
shit.
do something that no one here has seen.
Okay.
I do something. It's called Necrotic Shroud, and it is
Mhm.
because I am a fallen Aasimar.
Mhm.
And it's almost like Granny Attie. You basically just see me wreathed in black smoke, and you see these black smoke wings pop out of my back. And I'm like, and I basically roar at this pitiful creature. He needs to make a charisma saving throw, or be frightened.
That's a 3. What is wrong with my die today?
Nothing. Your
this-
die is performing as we would like.
This is going in dice jail. This is
Yeah.
the new die for today. Okay, he is frightened.
And I basically just roar at him, and I'm like, "Stop lying!"
That was pretty good.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Just
Yeah, I'm
smoking.
intimidated.
So he's so he is terrified. He's gonna back up against this sort of bookshelf, and he's gonna say, "I don't know what you want from me. I tried. I wasn't making a living. I couldn't feed my family. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. The pumpkins. There was just nobody was buying my pumpkins. They were piling up, and then they were dying. And okay, you want to know who I used? I used my wife. Okay, she
Who?
died. She died because I couldn't feed her because I was selling pumpkins, and then I didn't know what else to do with her, and so I used her, and then I hybridized them, and now they sell like hotcakes, and they're delicious. Are you gonna give me enough money to live out here? Are you gonna buy me a house in the city? Or are you gonna leave me alone and let me sell my wife pumpkins?
Chuck,
You cannot continue this.
Wait,
And I start advancing on this, my sword out.
while
This
you're
is
doing
horrific.
Castien's just gonna turn to Kurtzon and be like, "Does that make you a cannibal?"
It's a complicated question. There's multiple factors because once the meat human, when it got turned into the pumpkin, really all the focus is here, and he kind of just like tries to physically turn her face towards them in the corner, and then he just kind of skulks to the side and then continues just.
No,
Yeah.
poor guy. And this guy's gonna say, "Not on my books."
It's like you have bigger problems here, and he just gestures to Vrithelion.
Hold up.
Yeah.
When did you get the books?
I bought them
When?
over time.
So
When?
you could, yeah.
Over time.
When
Little
did
by
your
little.
wife die?
Years ago.
Why didn't you use the money for books for food? I'm just saying you might not have your priorities right. Like maybe that was evident when you started feeding people, but I'm also gonna say like the books over your wife's food. That might have been.
I
A
didn't-
moment of clarity from Castien.
In my state, I slam my pocket and you hear, "Listen to Castien."
Oh.
I'll admit I haven't always been the best husband, but I loved her and I wanted her to survive. I just wanted her to live forever, and I couldn't help her live forever, and then she died, and this was all I had. This was all I could do.
You will sell the books.
Sorry if this
Stop.
Why should I sell my books? They're not pumpkins. They're not my wife. They're just books. I'm keeping the books. I guess maybe I'll sell some of them so I can pay the mortgage on this place.
Look, what you're doing, it's not great. All right, we're kind of used to all of this. Like the creepy stuff, not great. So your options are, you sell the books to make the money and start maybe a new book selling business. Bookstores hot right now. I hear the indie bookstores are really doing really well. Or, we're gonna have to stop you from selling this because it's not right to be selling people, lying to people for what you're selling them.
So he looks at you, Granny, and he says, "Would you like to buy the books? There's some you might like."
Sure.
And then he sort of looks at all of you, and he looks at you, Castien, in particular, and he sort of walks this way, giving Vrithelion a wide berth. And
I turn slowly as he walks by.
yeah, and he looks at you, Castien, and he says, "What's wrong with you? Why are you
Well,
sparkly?"
There's a lot of things wrong with me. We can start in the list. We can go with chronological order if you would like to. We can go with alphabetical order. We could go with reverse alphabetical order. We go with my favorite, which is numbers of letters in the words.
That sounds really complicated. Just tell me
It
why you're
is.
sparkly.
I like to think that it's I have a nice aura about me.
Are you married?
No. Why? Wait, you fed your last wife. Never mind. You don't get to hit on me.
How quickly you were wooed by the charms.
Cassie doesn't keep
We
fetting
found
you.
her type.
Oh, I should have known.
Why
There's
do
a
I need-
book about sparkly people.
Oh,
I'll sell it to you for 300 gold.
hear me out. You give it to me, and my friend Vrithelion doesn't brutally murder you. Instead, he'll murder you nicely. I think that's a good take.
No deal.
All right,
Kurtzon
steps
Vrithelion,
in.
brutally murder, please.
300 gold, and I burn the field. And I give you the book.
Well, Kurtzon steps in and it's like, well, actually, you're not really in the best place to bargain. Now, in lieu of my companion here smashing you to a pulp, or my other companion here getting her elk to smash you into a pulp, or my
Sasha.
undead Sasha, yes, or my other friend here who could Eldritch blast you into a million pieces, what I'm going to offer is the fact that me, being a world-famous bard, of course, I could just spread the word of the horrible quality in your goods. The fact that you are selling things that appear to be pumpkins, but taste like rotten, moldy, unedible, skunk-like meat to just everyone at a horrible markup, mind you. You are robbing people blind with this charlatan snake oil meat, and I will sing that song everywhere I go for the rest of my days. Mind you, I'm undead, so that will be a very, very long time, in which case your business is done. Now, if you just choose to do that, you could... Oh, I would. The things I've done to get a gig, my goodness. 9 hells, you would be horrified at the things I've done for success. And this is not that. I just don't like you. So what we're going to do, and what we're going to do is you're just going to stop. We won't hurt you. We will, of course, require you to burn the field and cease all illicit pumpkin business. You can sell your books to then use that money to start in another, let's say, more wholesome venture, and we will not need to come back and do anything further, I would hope. But there's nothing worse. Like, you could get bodily harm and you could heal, but there's nothing worse for a business than one very high-profile bad review. Your choice.
He thinks about this, and he narrows his eyes at you, Kurtzon, and he says, "Fine. This is now a bookshop." And then he is going to... What? Whoa! He's not gonna get enormous. He's gonna. Whoops! That's like the.
And then roll for initiative.
Okay. He's gonna. Yeah, no. He's gonna go just out the door, and he's going to. You can watch as he makes some gestures with his hands, and the entire pumpkin field is now aflame. He comes back in and he says,
Start.
"What will it take for you to write me a good review of my bookshop?"
The book you were talking about. And never do that again.
100 gold. Down from 300.
How about for free, and I will sing a positive review about your bookshop.
I want a positive review in every inn within 30 miles.
Every inn I attend, and I will give you... And I will rate it, let's say, 5 out of 6 Faerunian eggs. How's that sound? As a bookstore.
Faerunian eggs.
It's a new system. The bards are very inconsistent about it. Point is, it's very good as a bookshop.
Is Kurtzon like the first D&D influencer at this point?
Oh my gosh.
Is it working?
So he's I would actually like you to roll persuasion, please.
Oh, I will. Okay, so because I'm an eloquence bard, I rolled a 2, but that's treated as a 10 plus 8, 18.
Wow. Okay. All right. He sighs. And he looks at you, Kurtzon, and he says, you wouldn't know which book it is, and I could destroy it if I wanted to. And you'd never find out what's making you sparkly. You're not sparkly, but they're sparkly. She's particularly sparkly.
Oh, flattery.
I'm not
Very
gonna, though.
true, but then he gestures at those same 3 people. But remember, smashing.
Smashing pumpkins, that's right.
Smashing you.
You might want to call yourself Smashing Pumpkins. It's a good name for a bard.
I'll take it under advisement, but full creative control remains here. Anyways, decision.
Fine. And then he goes and he climbs up the ladder, gets a book from the very, very top, climbs down, and he's holding it and he's looking at you, Kurtzon, and he says, 25 gold investment. If it's not doubled in 5 years, I'll give it back.
The book's gonna double? That's an impressive book.
He sort of looks at you and he says, I don't think your mind is very sparkly. And he looks back at Kurtzon and he says, what do you say, business partners?
Kurtzon,
What do you
it's not
guys
too
think?
late to murder him. I'm okay with murdering him. This will
I
shock
wouldn't
everyone.
advise. Yes, I wouldn't advise partnering with someone who desecrated his wife's remains.
Yeah, his last partner.
I
turned
didn't
into pumpkins.
desecrate them.
That's
I
very
didn't desecrate
true.
them. I shared her with everybody. Everybody got to see how beautiful she was.
Everyone got to have a taste. Is that it?
No, that's horrible.
That's
And then he
that's what happened.
realizes.
Mhm.
He realizes what he's done. He realizes what he's done. And he collapses to the ground. And sobbing, he holds out the book to you, Kurtzon, and he says, everybody got a taste. And collapses in tears.
Psychological damage works way better than physical. I love it, Kurtzon, and I pat him on the back.
Good job.
Kurtzon,
I
like,
turn
extra
off the-
coolly, takes the book and hands it to Vrithelion and is like, I can't read. Then walks back.
And then I go, ah. And then I take the book. I turn off the necrotic shroud before you approach me, because it will frighten you as well.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to live with what you've done. Is punishment fitting?
Okay. He just sobs.
Thanks for the book, dearie. And I shut the door as we leave.
Well, you prop the door back up against
Oh,
the
that's right.
house.
That's right.
And it
Well.
just falls back down.
Yeah, we should all just
Oh.
leave this blubbering idiot.
All right, you all leave the blubbering
He's
idiot.
crying.
Yeah,
Hold on. Can I do a sleight of hand to go steal a book?
if you want.
Okay. That's a 6.
He sort of he looks up at you and says, "Please don't take them. I've suffered enough."
Nah, I don't think
But
so.
what's the book?
Oh, yeah. I'm still gonna.
Well, I
go
have
for
to.
it.
I'm gonna roll a percentile die to see what book it is. It is
Oh,
a
no.
field guide to elk emotions.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Perfect.
It was right next to a book.
Amazing.
It was right next to a book titled "How to Turn Your Wife into a Pumpkin" in 5 easy steps.
Oh.
But it was in demonic, so you couldn't read it.
Yeah.
Spooky. All right. Well, let's go tell Dora that she can't have those pumpkins anymore, but there's a new bookstore. Maybe? Or let's...
I don't think that we should tell Dora the truth about the pumpkins.
No.
Oh. Why?
I don't. I don't know what she would do if she realized what it actually was.
Well,
And
let's
it
go
may
find
actually
out.
It may affect her business negatively if customers were also enjoying the same thing.
Agreed. It wasn't her fault necessarily. She was a unwilling, unknown participant.
Listen. I love to be the squeaky wheel. It's kind of my thing. You're a little bit responsible when you're feeding meat pumpkins to people. Like that's
What?
You need to do some quality control, some inspection with your items.
To be fair, we do live in a land where you can be alive and dead. So pumpkins that taste like meat probably not as big a deal in the scale of things. Maybe.
Kurtzon, what I interpreted that as is you are edible. I would like to
Well,
confirm this.
I mean, technically, I am. It's ill-advised, and society would frown. But You could.
But he's also made out of dust, so it would just taste dusty.
Yeah, he's made out of sand.
Mm,
That's fair.
sand, yeah. Very true.
That's fair.
That'd be
And
a
I don't
terrible
like eating my
sandwich.
friends. It doesn't work out very well most of the time.
Or
Most of
hugging,
the time.
eating, any of it, really.
Mm-hmm. To the end.
Yeah.
All right, to the end. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, the questions die on the lips.
All right, so you come back to the inn, and Dora's behind the bar. There's nobody else there yet, but she looks at and she, welcome back. How'd you enjoy the pumpkins? But then she sort of does a double take. You're covered in something. Do you need another shower?
We're covered in someone.
Oh, did you kill somebody? That's
It turns out, unfortunately, the pumpkin farm is going out in a different direction.
what do you
So,
mean? They're not what? They're gonna start growing squash or something?
more less edible. The proprietors decided to change his entire establishment into a purveyor of books.
Why would he do that? They're delicious. They're the best pumpkins I ever had.
Oh, the pumpkins.
They may have adverse effects if you were to continue to eat them. Trust me, we saw the process, and it is a bit unsavory.
Oh no.
So not,
Not
even
sweet
salty.
at
Well, it's
all.
a little salty.
Oi, was he like putting like sugar on them or something?
He was putting something in there,
I'm sure
and
she was very sweet.
yeah,
Alright,
yeah,
and how's Bulwark doing?
Well, I mean, thanks for letting me know. It's a shame. The guy was always a little weird, but you know, his wife died and I felt really bad for him. So I started buying from his farm. He started growing pumpkins. They were great pumpkins. I felt bad, you know. So you're
Exactly.
going to sell books?
He's gonna sell books now.
they
Well, I
felt it
mean-
was a less stressful lifestyle than farming.
Well, you know, he's right about that. With with the farm, you gotta get up early. You gotta water the things. You gotta, if there's a drought, you gotta worry. You know what? I think he probably made a good decision. I don't know who's gonna buy books, but there's White Sands right there. You always get traveling people. I'm sure he'll figure it out. He seems like a smart guy.
Castien.
But
very
now
loudly.
it's just gonna be eggs.
Castien
it's just
loudly
eggs.
Very just screams. What if the books are made of people?
Oh no, dearie, it's okay. Granny will comfort Castien. I think we need some showers to cool down, to chill out after, visiting, if that's all right.
I mean, of course. You've got another free night here. You did save my bar.
That's
It
right.
sounds like you saved that guy too.
Yes, we.
From a difficult life of farming. Now he's got all his books, and he's gonna be a real scholar. That one.
Mm-hmm. All right,
right.
thank you.
Go have a shower. I'm gonna keep tinkering with your friend. I think I'm almost done.
Amazing. We love that.
Great
Very
to
good
hear.
news. And then we just have to
And-
figure out what to do with Damian once Bulwark is back with us.
I feel like Damian will find us. The threads of fate work in mysterious ways.
I can also
So
just shout his name really loud till he shows up. And like 80% of the time that works. 20% of the time is somebody who misheard. So you're yelling, Jeff! Jeff! And somebody named Quef shows up and you're like, I didn't even know that was a name! And then you guys have a wonderful conversation about armadillos and pancakes. And did you know that armadillos absolutely love pancakes?
So yeah, we're not worried about Damian. We'll just
I'm
Clearly.
he's
clearly.
got it.
Yes.
Mm.
You realize there's gonna be an NPC called Quef now.
Quip.
It's gotta be a.
Who has a pancake eating armadillo?
As long as the
Absolutely.
pancakes aren't made of people.
Yeah.
No guarantees, but I'll do my best. Okay, guys, I think that's a good place to stop for today.
Amazing.
Guys, Guys,
Oh my
thank
goodness.
you so much for tuning in this week. Next week
Thank
we'll
you,
have
everybody.
Bulwark with us. We hope to see you there. If you haven't joined the Discord, do so. !Discord in the chat. Have a lovely